Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Super Casperless, the only Smash Brothers podcast that's
Super.
worth talking about. Wait, positivity about the show? What the fuck? Get that out of
Right.
here. This is horrible. I'm Zantok, otherwise known as Lister. That's Jonno, otherwise known as my eternal tormentor. I
Oh, is that
don't
how you make a
know
beat,
what he is
everybody?
spelling with his arms, but it looks like he's trying to do the YMCA.
SSBCU.
It would work better if
Yeah.
they could see your full body.
Oh,
Because your B, we could only see like one arm. Visual gags, audio listeners. He's YMCAing Super Cash Brothers.
SSBCU.
To be fair, a B is kind of hard to make with your
Yeah,
body.
that was something.
Yeah, that one's a little difficult. I'll give you credit for the attempt, which is a lot considering it's from me.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, you're
You're
welcome.
starting off on another positive note. This is very unlike us.
Yeah, it's how it goes. Uh, first of all, before we get into our topic tonight, it feels like it's been a while because on topics we're also supposed to have that section where like we do a little bit of a catch up and kind of talk about like maybe like general gaming sphere and what we've been doing. It feels like it's been a while since we. I don't know if it's just been our recording schedule or the last few on topics we just skipped it or something. But how what's been going on gaming wise?
Gaming wise, we're actually making a little bit of traction in the world.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, I've been gaming on the weekends for the first time in what feels like honestly maybe years.
Damn.
I
Did you
always
did you
say
actually get through half of a game?
I got through 6 or 7 hours of a game in one day.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Considerable.
What
It's
game?
considerable. Unicorn Overlord.
Ah, okay.
The new Vanillaware epic following the grandiose 13 Sentinels.
Yes.
Hmm.
I watched Ozza play through the demo of it on stream, but beyond that I haven't actually no, I guess they weren't I think that was a can't remember if that was actually on stream, if that was just like a Discord thing or whatever. But
Hmm.
I've seen the demo and that's it.
Hmm. That was the demo. The demo can drag on.
Yeah.
It's free roam basically. The game is there. They just put a time limit on it.
Yeah.
So you get 7 hours uninterrupted gameplay. Go where you want to go. Do what you want to do.
Damn.
So that is exactly what I did, and I was shocked, at the end of that session that I played that much. And that's a credit to the game and how good it is and how well it appeals to me. Because it's like Ogre Battle, Fire Emblem, bam, done.
It looked like it's Fire Emblem combat, but actually like moving the units around the board. It looked
Mm-hmm.
very much like an RTS, or to me, what it really reminded me of was Yu-Gi-Oh! The False-Bound Kingdom on GameCube,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you tell your units like, okay, leave this fort, go to that fort, and when your unit and an enemy unit cross paths, it goes into a battle screen. In that game, it's a
Mhm.
turn-based battle, but for Unicorn Overload, I almost said Robot Unicorn Attack. Like, nope, that's very wrong. But for
Yes, it
Fuck Unicorn something,
Unicorn
it's just
Overlord.
like the automatic Fire Emblem battle. Like it's just automates the battle like you would do in Fire Emblem. It's like, oh damn.
Mm-hmm. It's if you like that kind of gameplay, it's really good. I mean, Vanillaware is always really good. They have never made a bad game. So I played that, and I also played the demo for Princess Peach's Showtime
Oh,
for a much smaller amount of time.
I've heard negative things about the demo.
I have to concur, unfortunately. There's a lot of talk on the internet, and there was with Super Princess Peach back in the day too. Like, oh, I'm a guy, so playing fuck that shit. I'm not about that. I do not care.
Yeah.
I do not care. So I mean, coming at it from the perspective of, oh, this is a game that I would like to play, and it's, and in those regards, like any other game, it just does not fall up to par. And in terms of performance, even it's very unlike a Nintendo game. I hope these are ironed out in future patches, or hopefully it's just a demo thing. But even just down to the frame rate, like I'm not somebody who cares about performance. I mean, I'm primarily a Nintendo gamer. But this was very unlike a Nintendo published first party game. It was pretty janky, very long loading screens. It just plays weird. You can tell there's lag. There's input lag. It's not a fun gameplay experience. It's super easy, which normally with these Nintendo games I don't tend to mind, because like a Kirby or a Starfy, the base game will be easy, and then you'll get or even like Yoshi's Story, you'll get challenge levels that'll up the challenge if you want that, and otherwise the game plays smoothly, plays well. It's an experience regardless of the ease of it. This is, people have been saying like, oh, it's a kid's game, it's a baby game, it's this, it's that, and it sure can be, and there will be people that are attracted to the theme. What they get right is the stylization. Everything is very well realized from an aesthetic presentation department. Like, it's very appealing in that sense. But unfortunately for me, the technical hiccups kind of, if that's how the main game comes out, that, and if the main game's only a few hours long being sold for $50-$60, I'm not going to be about it. I had remarked earlier to our group of friends, like, oh, these are my impressions, and I am not warm towards it right now, so I don't know if I'll ever buy it. At this point, that's probably the case. I will probably never buy it, and that's unfortunate.
Damn,
because I like the idea of there being other Peach games.
Yeah, like that's actually really disappointing to hear, because seeing the trailer, I think I can speak for most people watching it. It's like oh shit, this looks cool. Princess Peach getting a game of her own. She gets to be the protagonist again, only the second time, and she's getting to dress up in these different outfits and do all these different things, like be a sword fighter, or a thief, a cake decorator. But she does that normally, so that one's weird. I was like, oh, this could be interesting. And then, like, from what it sounds like from the demo, it's like, one, as you mentioned, performance issues. I've also heard that, like, the gameplay just isn't fun, and it's
Agreed.
very repetitive and boring. It's like, man, that really sucks.
The thing is, like, even when you're playing a sword fighter Peach, right, and the sections themselves are very small, like the patissier and the sword fighter both lasted probably 15 minutes.
What?
Mm-hmm. It was not. The patissier, the baker, is like your. It was enjoyable, but it's like playing Mario Party mini games, just straight in a row. She's over a cake, and you have to fill out like a certain circle, or like remember where things went, and then you're done. That's about it. The sword fighter, though, I mean, that is really cool from like what you're doing, the way it looks, the presentation of the play, the sets, the evil vines popping out of the ground. All that's very appealing. Even like the little guys, the whatever they're called, they're the people that go to the theater. They look nice. Like, they could be like fun little things that recur in Mario World or whatever. But the presentation's great. Everything else, unfortunately, falls. Like Sword Fighter Peach, again, the sections are not very long. At the same time, her jump feels strange to execute. She moves slowly. There's really no movement speed option of any sort. And most enemies are one hit and done, or if you're fighting a boss of any kind, a mini boss, whatever, they could be dispatched in 1 to 3 hits, first of all, and also like so the end stage boss is like a giant purple piranha plant, basically, for Sword Fighter Peach's stage. There's a point where the piranha plant thing slams its head on the ground and creates a shockwave you have to jump over.
Classic.
Let's say in a 3D Mario game, right? Like, what would you do? You would probably jump over multiple shockwaves and then jump to, like, it's a little platforming challenge. Yeah. So it takes multiple steps. It's not difficult, but it's not dumb. This game, the difficulty is dumb. Like, you press the jump button the second the shockwave comes out, you automatically vault over it from like anywhere in the playfield, whether you're a few feet away or yards away from the thing. You automatically vault over it. There's like a ninja-y effect, like Ninja Gaiden kind of, or Shinobi, where you jump over and there's multiple shadow illusions of Peach following her to be like, oh, she's moving in slow motion as the sword fighter. And she jumps over and automatically attacks the thing and
Wow.
damages it. It's especially embarrassing. There's a mini boss too, like a giant armored knight midway through the stage, and it looks super imposing. It does the exact same thing. It bashes its sword on the ground, creates a shockwave. Peach jumps right over it, attacks it from the back, and you're done. It's over. One hit.
That's
One
pretty
hit.
sad.
Honestly,
Like,
I
because
mean,
like this game was made by Goodfeel, who made Yoshi's Craft World and Yoshi's Woolly World. It's like you'd
and
think they
Kirby's
could have
Epic Yarn.
made, yeah, you'd think they could have
Mm-hmm.
made like a really good Peach platformer that could
Yeah,
have taken different gameplay modes from different this guys. But no, it sounds like it's it's
it's
God.
I really it's a nothing sandwich of a game, unfortunately. I would hesitate to give it more than a 6 out of 10, and that's being generous. That's being generous because of the aesthetic. The idea that they have is great for the design. Having Peach be more can do and forward like her movie variant is a great
Loved
idea.
seeing the active Peach in the movie. So good.
hmm So that's all. It's all very well executed from that respect, but it won't appeal to many people that are gamers or who have played more than a few Nintendo games.
Damn.
It's very much, they say it's a kids game. They say it's a little kids game, an early childhood game, and that would definitely appeal to thinking of the shit that I liked as a kid that was bad. That's true. Like you can just get into it easier. But even then, it's not a good game. Like you don't need to dumb this shit down for kids.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And
already
you've played a game where you literally played as a baby. So hey.
yeah. That's far more difficult than Princess Peach Showtime was. Yeah, and it's really the technical issues that sell that home. I can't believe that they're shipping this out rushed.
That's really disappointing to
Mhm.
hear. I wonder like what happened. I'd like to know like what happened behind the scenes for this game because like it could be it was like this was always their vision, but I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo was kind of like, hey, because we've all seen the rumors, Switch 2
Mhm.
within a year,
Mhm.
Switch 2. So I wonder if Nintendo was just like, hey, we need a game fast.
Mhm.
What can you do for us?
Mhm. Yeah, it
Because it's
feels like a
also it feels like it's been a while since we had something from Goodfeel. Like, was Crafted World our last game?
I feel like it was, and that was multiple years ago, towards like 6 years ago.
No, actually, they did two other things. It looks like Monkey
Weird.
Barrels
What?
and Otogi Katsugeki Mamedo no Bakuru Oracle Saitaru no Sainan, which is
A mobile
Japanese.
game.
Yeah, and that released last November. And then it was a 4 year gap between Crafted World and Monkey Barrels to that game.
What?
Okay.
Um, Crafted World was not a great game. Like as a follow up to Woolly World, it felt pedestrian. Like again, like they're focusing too much on the aesthetic. Like, oh, Yoshi can walk around in 2.5D and shit.
And go in the
Um,
background.
hmm it was too easy, kind of boring. But this takes that it takes what Crafted World started and just really drives it home in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Woolly World was an amazing game. It was fantastic.
They also made
Uh,
Wario Land Shake It.
Shake It was fantastic. Epic Yarn was fantastic. So I don't know. Keep those guys on 2D platformers.
Yeah.
Done. Done. Mm-hmm. They can make the next Super Paper Mario.
Ice Climber.
There you go.
The Ice Climber
There you go.
reboot. People talk about giving it to Sakurai. No, 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 no. Give it to Goodfield, make it a platformer. Make it a
Okay,
2D platformer for Ice Climber. Do it.
That. Yep. Wario Land, shake it too. I mean, come on. New Wario Land.
Or just like another Wario Land. It's
Yeah.
been forever. Shake It was the last one on the Wii.
Yep. Unless you count Master of Disguise, no one does. No one does. But I feel like there were elements of Master of Disguise that are better than Princess Peach's Showtime.
That's bad.
Yeah. How about you?
Oh, I've been playing a few things. Obviously, you know, I'm still doing my streaming stuff. I've been playing Yakuza 0 on Saturdays. I've beaten the game completely.
Nice.
I'm doing the post-game stuff now, which I'm getting close to being done. It's gonna be a long one whenever it eventually gets to YouTube, because I was looking at things like based on the number of streams I've done and knowing that each stream is about 4 hours, when this series is done, it's gonna be over 100 episodes. It's like, oh boy, y'all, that's gonna that'll take a bit to go up. Okay. It's gonna rival Persona 5 for game time. It seems like.
Oh my god.
Actually, I don't know if it'll get that close. I'd have to. How I had to look this up now. Like, how long was Persona 5 when I put that up? Oh, I don't have it. Oh, I don't have it up. Oh, I see. I need to. Persona 5 Royal was 168 hours on YouTube. It's a very long playthrough. I don't think Yakuza will be that long. It's going to be in the top 5, though.
Nice.
Top 5. Oh, boy. But yeah, so I've been doing that. And then on Sundays, I've been streaming Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Fuck yes. I'm not very far in because I'm only streaming it. Well, I only play it when I stream. So I've played 10 hours in and I have not yet gotten to the swamp. And the game's, considering the game starts out with a flashback at Calm, which in the original version, that's it like in less than an hour for, well, the flashback itself is lengthy, but when the flashback ends to the swamp, it's less than an hour. Oh boy. There's more stuff that's added. There's a lot of new side quests and open world map objectives to do, and obviously I'm doing all the shit. I got it. I got to do it all.
Of course.
It's
Of course.
me. I got to explore this fucking game. I might get to the swamp by this weekend stream. If not, definitely the stream after that. I swear to God, if I don't get to the Midgard Zolom in 20 hours, which has been renamed, it's no longer called the Midgard Zolom, it's now the Midgard Sormer, which, to be fair, it was a mistranslation. But man, just like with all the name changes in Super Mario RPG Remake, there's some changes that are going to hurt me. It's like, oh man, I liked calling it the Zolom. Yeah, Spirit of Itch. Claymorn, great. Spirit of Itch, no. I don't like
Frog
that one.
Sage would have done better.
Frog Sage, I understand because they wanted to avoid the whole Confucius thing. I get it. But you still could have given him an actual name and not just a title.
I agree entirely. That's my train of thought, too.
I'm trying to think of what it could have been, but could just call it like
Froglen. There you
Merlin.
Go. Nice.
Or not Murfrock. That's like mermaid.
Frogledor.
Sure. Frogdolph for Gandalf.
Okay.
Harry Frog.
Harry Frog. God.
Jesus, let's stop. But I've still been playing Baldur's Gate 3 with a friend. We finally have hit Act 3. Jesus, it's also a long game, but we've also are only playing it like 3 hours a week, so you know that's just gonna add time regardless. But I also picked up Oh, I also I finished. It's not going to be on YouTube until like June, but I recently played through and recorded all of Pokemon Shining Pearl,
Nice.
and I first time I played it since I first played the remake when it released. And I didn't do everything when I first played it because I just wasn't feeling it. I was just so disappointed in what they did for its remake and how very little was changed and didn't have any of the platinum content. But replaying it now, I kind of feel a bit different. Like I think I'll say it. I'll go on record say Shining Pearl is not a bad Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with it is us knowing what they did for remaking Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire in those high standards that were set, and then Shining Pearl as a remake did not hit those standards. But just as a Pokemon game itself, it's good. It's a good
Mm-hmm.
game. It's I'm a big fan of Gen 4 and the original Diamond and Pearl, so I'm a fan of this as well. And I don't got to worry about HMs. I mean, that's in an app now, so I don't have to put them on Boost My Pokemon. And the
Mm-hmm.
underground is more interesting. And then
Yeah.
there's a few other changes as well, but those are the large ones, really.
If you forget that platinum was a thing, I think it would be far more enjoyable.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And knowledge again that, Heart Gold Soul Silver added Suicune's quest with you seen from Crystal, and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire added the Delta episode for the Rayquaza content from Emerald.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did we get from Platinum and Diamond and Pearl?
Ain't nothing.
Crickets. Technically,
Oh, the cricket Pokemon.
technically the Elite Four do get their Platinum teams, I think, in one of the rematches, but that's the free
Mm-hmm.
matches. Like they could have at least thrown in Karen and given us the Heat Ran quest from Platinum's post game, or given us like a an episode for Giratina where we could go to the Distortion Realm. There were things that they could have done, but
Mm-hmm.
oh well. I've also been playing Splatoon 3 Side Order. It
Oh,
took me a bit to start doing good on it because I'm very rusty. I hadn't played Splatoon 3 since I declared the story mode, and I barely touched multiplayer this time around. It's like gotta learn how this works again. Uh, it's not too bad, honestly. Once you get
yeah.
the hang of it again, you get some of the upgrades. It goes pretty well. I ended up beating the final boss with like 6 or 7 weapons. And then I kind of stopped to do other things. I want to get back to it and see if I can do them. If not with all, ideally I'd like to try and do it with all weapons, but roller and charger are gonna be rough for me. They're gonna be rough. I'm gonna need to have a good uh, ink palette build because holy shit. But to be fair, I first beat it with the ink brush, which I was not expecting. It's like, what?
That's unusual.
Yeah,
Not the splatter shot or something.
no, but to be fair with the spider shot, because you unlock keys to open up lockers every time you beat one of the 10th, 20th, or 30th floor with a new weapon for the first time. And then in those lockers, some of the lockers you'll be a new weapon. And so
Mm-hmm.
every time I finished the run, I would try a different weapon. I wasn't really repeating weapons until I was out of ones to try that were new. So, Spider Shot was like I think the first weapon I unlocked. So it was tried very early. The weapons are. It seems like they're. I don't know if it's fully random because some people are saying like they unlock weapons in a different order. But then I would also unlock all three of the the deep cut weapons for Fry, Shiver, and Big Man. I locked all three of those in a row, and it seemed like other people saying they also unlocked them in a row. So it seems like weapon groups are randomized, but then you'll get the whole group in a row, and then Agent Eight, you get the Octoling as the or not the Octoling, you get the Octo Shot as the very last weapon.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Splash Shot is guaranteed to be the first weapon. Octo Shot's guaranteed to be the last, and then beyond that, it's some sort of randomization. And each weapon is tied to a specific character. So like the Splash Shot is Agent 4. Strangely, Agent 3 doesn't have a weapon that's associated to them. It's like,
Weird.
yeah. Neither Captain Agent 3 nor current nor new Agent 3 or Captain Cuttlefish. None of them have weapons associated with them. But to be fair, they only use like one weapon type. Like they didn't repeat the weapon types. So the charger goes to Marie, who is canonically a charger main. And that's what Captain Cuttlefish probably would have been because he's canonically used the bamboozler.
Nice. Yeah, I remember seeing you briefly play that side order. It's
Yeah.
pretty intense when I just got in there. It's like, holy shit.
The first several runs I played, I was stressing hard. I've gotten a lot more relaxed about it now that I've gotten used to it. I have better upgrades. It's like, oh, I can survive hits now. Yay! Because you start, you take double damage from everything. It's like, oh
my god.
oh no, I'm not that good. No,
No.
thank you. I think that was the first thing I upgraded was damage reduction. It's like, no.
I wonder.
Thankfully, the first upgrade brings you to like I think it's 1.5 times damage, or maybe it's 1 times. So it's like, oh god, much better. But now I take half damage from everything. It's like, get on that level.
I wonder if our buddy Kelly's been playing that game. He's like supernaturally good at Splatoon, so we'll...
I think last I talked to him, he hadn't started side order. But there's one more game I've been playing. I actually I kind of picked it up on a whim. I was already interested in it. I was going to buy it no matter what, but I hadn't planned to buy it just yet. But I've been playing some Persona 3 Reload.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Aptly named, from what I hear.
Yeah. It's so far it's really good. Because I played Persona 3 FES after I originally played through 5 and 4, which FES was the PS2 version. No, I think it was the PS2 version. And then they also had Persona 3 Portable on the PSP, which, or was it Vita? One of them. I think PSP actually. And then that one's on Steam now. And like I've recorded Persona 4, I've recorded Persona 5, and I told myself it's like I would love to record Persona 3 one day, but I'm gonna wait until hopefully they remake it because Persona 3 is rough. Not just in terms of it being old, but just like the difficulty. It kicked my ass in a way that Persona 4, Persona 5 did not kick my ass. And then they announced Reload, and it's like, well, guess what's gonna happen? I didn't want to like play it at first because like, hey, I'm a dirty guide user. You think I want to deal with having to manage all the social links and stats and everything you got to build up? Fuck no. I just wait for somebody else to figure that shit out, and then I use their guide. Haha. And the guy that I'm using says like, okay, here are the things that we're gonna do. Be sure to follow this really tightly because there's only gonna be one completely free day in the entire game where you can do whatever you want, and there's like 5 free evenings on top of that. So don't fuck up. It's like, oh, okay, don't fuck up. But I'm not too far in. I'm in what I would call essentially chapter 2 right now because we've only had one full moon operation, which is every time like there's the big story events come up. I think I'm getting close to the second one, but it's fun so far. It's definitely gotten a lot of quality of life improvements, which thank fuck. No more exhaustion mechanic. Holy shit.
Good. So it is noticeably improved. Vastly, it seems like. Good.
Yeah. The only real problem I have is that, according to the rumors, they are not planning to remake Persona 4. And it's like, well, I don't necessarily think Persona 4 needs a remake. Having Persona 3 Reload be done in what's more or less the Persona 5 style, graphically, menu-wise, a lot of that stuff. Having Persona 5 and Persona 3 at this level, but then Persona 4 is not. It's like, man, that feels sad. Because Persona 4's most recent update was Golden on the Vita, which is a vast graphical disparity between what 5 and Reload have. It's like, damn, I would love to see Persona 4 in this style.
Me too. I mean, especially considering how much of a darling Persona 4 was. It's surprising they aren't going down that path.
Yeah. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. That reminds me, I am also playing one more game. It's a blast of the past for me. It's not a remake. It's not the remake that it received, but I have been plugged in the old Wii the other day and started replaying an old favorite from our personal.
Oh, is it Endless Ocean? Oh, it's Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword.
Is this a troll on a friend of ours, or is this serious?
No, it's actually my favorite Zelda game.
No, it's not.
An incredible
Your favorite
story.
Zelda game is Wind Waker.
With the return of the imprisoned, I enjoyed that fight 3 times over.
Is it only 3 times?
It's something like that.
I have 5.
It's been like 12 years since I played this game.
Jesus. Put that thing back where it came from.
Or so help me. Oh, you know what game I've been playing lately? It's oh my god. It's a Last Story.
Now that I would believe.
I would have actually played the Last Story again this past year, but my Wii is dead and I need a new one.
Well, you can play it on Wii U.
And I sold my Wii U to Trevor to buy a Switch.
I could play it on Wii U.
You could. I'm not giving it to no one, though.
Ah, shit. I made my pitch. There it is.
I'll give it to you, and then you'll play it in like 10 years, and I'll be like, hey, where's the Last Story?
Well, I gotta wait until it's my last story.
Yeah, precise. I mean,
I'll be on my deathbed in the hospital. It's like, it's finally time.
You're like, oh, Jonno, this game sucks, and I'll fly over there and kill you.
I mean, it depends on how much I'm used to whatever modern gaming shit that's at the time. Because, like, I played Earthbound a few years ago, and I was left disappointed. Not that it's the game's fault at all, but because I'm used to so many modern features in elements of gaming, and Earthbound was just like, hey, limited inventory? You like your limited inventory in RPGs? I'm like, no.
I just don't like having to go through 2 command buttons to talk to something.
Yeah. I also recently came across an article saying that people were coming up with a mod for The Legend of Dragoon, which was a game I loved on PS1. And I was looking at the website for it to see what things I've added. And the first thing I looked for, I found it, and it's like, we fixed the limited inventory, so it's not a thing anymore. It's like, thank fuck. Because I tried to replay it a few years ago on PSP, or not PSP, it was actually on Vita. And I was like, oh, right, limited inventory. Well, that killed my desire to replay this game. And it's really limited for a PS1 game.
Yeah. At least Earthbound has that funny guy that says babushka whenever you name your character.
Sure. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I sure do.
It was like, dirt, babushka.
Sure.
Yeah. That's the song I play whenever Frank from WarioWare comes over.
Ah, yes. Good old Frank.
Yeah, that guy.
Frank Smash.
Okay. That would be interesting.
I don't know, man. I just. All right.
And Smash or Dash.
Jesus.
There you
go. Anything else we want to talk about before we get into today's topic?
I think we're good.
All right. Well, as you can tell from the title of this episode, we're talking about the Super Smash Bros. Cinematic Universe? That's not a thing. That's not a thing, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
Probably won't be.
Yeah, it absolutely won't be. But we thought, you know what? It's been a year, almost I think it's been like a year and a day from the day that this episode releases, or should release in case we fuck up, which happens, to when the Mario movie released. It's been a year and a day since that movie came out. They have since announced there's going to be another movie in the Mario universe. They did not say sequel, curiously. We don't know if it means it's going to be Super Mario Brothers 2. You know, this is a Luigi's Mansion movie, Donkey Kong, Yoshi's Island, Wario. We don't know for sure, but we know that we're going to get something in the Mario realm again. And we thought it'd be fun to not only talk about that, but also hypothesize about, like, what if, and this would never happen, what if Nintendo looks at Marvel and then just go, what? Let's make a Smash Brothers cinematic universe. We'll do a few solo movies, and then we'll do like the big epic team up like the Avengers, but it's Smash Bros. What if?
What if?
What if? So let's talk about that. I think first of all, just to mention the Super Mario Brothers movie that we've already had, Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser are the Smash characters that were in that movie. Oh, and Donkey Kong, of course. Technically, Diddy Kong is there.
Yoshi.
Technically, yeah. Well, oh, I guess yeah. Yoshi's were there, but not like the Yoshi. Although we were teased with the Yoshi egg at the end of the movie.
So, blue Koopa.
It's not a character in Smash, but Piranha Plant is.
Where Piranha Plants? Okay, there had to have been. I just don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't know. I know there's like the robotic Piranha Plant in the training course. I don't remember if there's like Piranha Plants proper. I only ever. I know I talked about watching it multiple times. I never did. I only ever watched it the once.
Same.
Yeah, should go back and watch again. But I figured first of all, since we know that that's confirmed, that's announced. I mean, we also know that there's going to be a live action Zelda movie, which is strange from doing animated Mario, but we'll get to there. But I figured we might as well talk about first of all what we want to see, or what we could see out of a Mario sequel, or these other surrounding movies. Like I know first of all, I want Luigi to have a bigger part. If it's like an actual Mario sequel, Luigi needs to have second billing.
Agreed. Well, it could always just be a Luigi's Mansion movie.
Like they certainly could. Like that could be the next movie. I kind of doubt it. I feel like if it's not going to be a strict Mario sequel, I think it's going to be a Donkey Kong movie. I think that's where I would put my money.
They padded out Donkey Kong Island and stuff so much, the Kong Kingdom, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
Built a hierarchy. Cranky's there, basically as Larry David doing his thing. There's like it's very well thought out and developed. It feels like that was kind of the route they're going for.
Yeah,
like,
and they also either they did or they are adding a Donkey Kong section to Super Nintendo Land.
Yeah. At this juncture, with no knowledge of where they're going to next, I think that the likeliest thing still is that they're going to just make a direct sequel, followed by a decent chance of a Donkey Kong movie. Anything else is pure speculation at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Either way, I think that both will like inevitably happen, probably maybe within a decade.
What would you like to see? Like, assuming it is an actual, like, a proper sequel, what would you want to see in the movie?
Sure. I'm not sure where the plot would take us. I would imagine that Bowser escapes from his miniature birdcage cell, and that kind of becomes the adventure. But no matter the storyline, which I mean, given it's Mario, it doesn't have to be complicated, and that's why this movie succeeded, because it captured the essence of what Mario and Mario Adventures are so well for a film, which was a surprise to me considering who made it. So once we what would I like to see? Not necessarily story related, because I need to chew on that throughout the podcast a little bit more. It would the quote that we got from I'm forgetting his name, but he was presenting from Illumination on the Mario Day presentation where they announced this. Um, he had mentioned, and yeah, they didn't say sequel. They said like an expansion of Mario's world. That's what the movie was.
Broadening the world.
Mm-hmm. So you and I mean, we talked independently this podcast a few days ago about what if it were Yoshi's Island that was expanded upon,
Yep.
which seems like a pretty fair bet because again, Yoshi's egg was found in the sewers in the post-credit scene of the Mario movie. So bringing Yoshi back to his homeland, seeing what they can, and making callbacks to Yoshi's Island, having the stork or Kamek or involved in that area, that world would be amazing. Bert the Bashful on every family's TV screen across the country.
Here's something I wonder with the Yoshi's Island though, because Yoshi's Island, the games, of course, the main games, take place in the past with
Mm-hmm.
baby Mario. Would they be doing modern, like Yoshi in the modern day, or would we be seeing Mario's origin in like, oh yeah, he was a baby, so he's from the Mushroom Kingdom, but then he appeared in New York, and I because we see his whole extended family in New York. It's like, what
Mm-hmm.
can we do about
You
this?
also see him and Baby Luigi. Yeah.
Unless, oh no, that doesn't work either. Because at first I was thinking like maybe Yoshi's Island is instead of Baby Mario, it's Baby Peach, and it's the Yoshi's taking care of Baby Peach. But no, we see a Toad find her as soon as she enters the Mushroom Kingdom. I think, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of would do screw that up unless she gets kidnapped as a baby, and they have to save her. It's like I don't know. That might not work out well.
The Yoshis have to protect baby Egad.
That's way back in the past. Jesus.
Baby baby Gino.
I I don't think that'd work.
Baby Flavio.
Okay.
I don't know. Baby Prince Peasley. Make it a Mario and Luigi movie. There you go.
Sure. I
Bean
did.
Bean.
Being Kingdom is an idea that I saw multiple people bring up. It's like, oh, broadening the world, go to another kingdom. Being Kingdom or Sarasaland with Daisy.
Mm-hmm. If it were Bean Bean Kingdom, you can remake that line from the original Mario movie. Bean Bean Kingdom, here we come.
Yeah, no. Also, wasn't
I
that just in the trailer? I think that was just in the trailer.
It may have been. I don't know. It's hard to imagine them doing either of those things just because it's been so long since we've seen them.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, M&L is also a dead spinoff.
Sadly.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, they already shot it in the kneecaps with Paper Jam.
Mm-hmm.
Which could have been an amazing concept, but they didn't do it well. And then I also don't think, I think Dream Team was not great.
Mm-hmm.
The first three, though, I loved all three of the first three.
Yeah, me too. Sarasaland, bring in Tatanga as the villain. I mean, that would be pretty damn cool. They could go super modern, or we're thinking back. What if they do the Flower Kingdom?
Yeah.
Like, oh look, and then all of the wonder effects they would tie in to sell that game, and it would look incredible in cinematic form.
Well,
Doing
you're saying it'll tie into the game, but by that point, Super Mario Brothers Wonder is going to be pretty old.
Super Mario Brothers Wonder 2, I guess.
That is possible.
They'll
Bring back Wart.
Yep. Instead of please do. A long-time dream of mine. Speaking of dreams, I guess for Ward. Instead of bringing Charles Martinet back for a small cameo, they'll have Kevin Afghani in there.
I say every movie. I say they're not going to do this. Make Charles Martinet the Stan Lee. He voices a character in every Nintendo movie, but it's a different character every time. So he voiced Giuseppe. uh, Mario's like uncle or something, or the random guy in the arcade,
Dressed dressed as
whatever.
Jumpman. Too.
But then
Cool.
in Mario Bros. 2, he could voice. I'm trying to think of what would be like a good, real, just like random bit role.
Yube.
I was thinking something with voice lines.
Lubba.
Okay, that one will work. That'll work. That'll do it. I'll allow it. That said, I have an idea for the movie.
Okay.
So we have Mario and Luigi. They're kicking it up in Mushroom Kingdom now. They've officially moved over. They're doing their plumbing job there. That's what we saw at the end of the first movie. But what's a pair of heroes without rivals? Wario and Waluigi, baby. Let's fucking go. Bowser's not the villain in my pitch. Bowser is still tiny in the bottle. He's stuck there still. Instead, Wario and Waluigi, they don't like these guys for whatever reason. They just don't like them. Don't need to worry about why just yet. So they go around the Mushroom Kingdom and maybe even some of the real world and just cause trouble pretending to be Mario and Luigi. So that's why they've got the similar getup. They've wearing the same outfits. They don't quite look the same. They got the names a little bit wrong, but they're impersonating them, trying to make people think that those Mario brothers are a bunch of troublemakers. So Mario and Luigi have to go confront them and stop their nonsense. And then at the end of the movie, instead of like how the Yoshi's egg was teased, you tease a break-in at Peach's castle. You slam the door down, and you see 7 silhouettes. The Koopalings are here to break out Bowser. That sets up the third movie.
There you go.
That's my pitch. That's what I want to see. You
would
could
love
just
for
do
it.
Bowser Jr. because that's less characters to deal with. But I want to see the Koopalings.
Yep. They can have a whole bit in there. We're Bowser's kids. We're not Bowser's kids. We're the Koopalings somehow. Yeah.
And then they all get renamed so that they don't have to worry about the connections to the musicians. God, don't do that, please.
Yeah, Gooey and Peanut, Bill, Ross, Teddy, Jolene, and Todrick.
Yep.
Yeah. That was the Bowser Jr., Hirayama.
No, Bowser Jr. is still Bowser Jr.
Oh, well, Bowser's a musician in this world.
That's why you name Ludwig Jack Black Jr.
Further confusing the audiences over whether the Koopalings are children or not of Bowser or not.
Well, Bowser's not Jack Black. He's just voiced by him.
That's true. Have Koopa Kid from Mario Party be there too. Why not? Just show up. Be like, "Rawr."
Show Koopa Kids like in like the general R Koopa troop though. Absolutely. Show those guys.
Definitely. I mean, I did. I mean, the joke about the Blue Koopa, but I enjoy that they added some lore behind the spiny shell. That was kind of entertaining.
Yeah. But beyond that, we mentioned we could get a Yoshi's Island movie, which would probably have Kamek be the villain. I think if a Donkey Kong movie happened, got to bring back King K. Rool. He's the classic one. Like, is anybody going to give a shit about the Tiki Tak tribe or the Snowman? Maybe, like the Snowman, some people might be a little bit interested, but no one's going to give a shit about the Tiki Taks. Bring back K. Rool. You have him. You have him attack the island.
Yeah. The Tiki Tong or whatever the fuck it's named. That's something that gets beaten up in the first 3 minutes of the film. It's done with. They're like, ha ha ha.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah. They'll bring Swanky back. All those guys.
Well, 2 Swinkies were in the movie already.
There
are 2 Kongs that look like Swanky Kongs. Like, what? Wait a minute. Is this the Swanky Bros?
That's right. Yeah, that was pretty robust. Their number of cameos in the collects.
Yeah. I think there might have also been like 2 Diddies or 2 Dixies or something. I think Kitty Kong was seen, or maybe it was Tiny.
Mm-hmm.
They gave us good cameos with those. No Ghastly Kong though. No Sumo Kong. Shame.
Yeah, no Wrinkly Kong's ghost.
No.
No Redneck Kong.
Chunky? Oh no, Lanky. Lanky. Right, that makes sense.
Apparently, I'm just looking up Kongs. Redneck Kong was a thing.
In the comics or TV show though.
Oh, in the canceled game Diddy Kong Pilot for Game Boy Advance.
Yep.
He's
That
just chill. He's just chilling there for some reason.
I wonder if that was like a proto Lanky or Kong or something.
Yeah, he looks yeah. There's one good reason why that game was canceled, I suppose.
Mm. But and we also know that there's going to be a live action Zelda movie, which I don't know. Even if it wasn't Sony making it, I would have reservations about this because I
Even
feel
if it
like
weren't Bobby Rod making it.
oh god, Jesus Christ, why him?
The man who brought us Bully Maguire, everybody.
And it has fucked up so much else. Like he hasn't done everything. Like not everything he's done has been bad. Like
Mm-hmm.
credit to the guy. He's part of what saved Marvel with the movies back in the 2000s.
First two Spider-Man movies were good.
Yes, they were amazing.
Yeah.
But he also just like he makes some really bad decisions too. But not to harp on all that. But I was looking up something with I figured maybe to start with this, we can kind of model things off of Marvel Cinematic Universe a bit and how they did things. So
Mm-hmm.
first before I get too deep on that, I want to ask you, Jono, assuming assuming that the Super Mario Bros. Movie that exists is stealth retcon to be the first movie in the SSBCU. Let's assume this here. What other Nintendo franchises do you think are most important to establish right away for a Nintendo Smash Bros. Cinematic Universe? Like, we've already got Mario, we've already got Donkey Kong, we kind of have Yoshi, we know Zelda is happening. What else do you think is top tier
Mm-hmm.
importance?
Are we assuming the Zelda live action that's been confirmed as part of this cinematic universe?
Let's assume that, and that whenever they do like the team up movie, that they'll just consolidate styles and
Okay. Either that or they'll be like, let's go
like
Spider-Verse with
yeah, that's
this.
gonna all seem like pull a Spider Verse, but like not with the live action part. Just like make it all be anime. Just like if we were to have like people discuss like Metroid having like a hard anime style, you could have like the
Mm-hmm.
Illumination Mario and the hard anime Samus on the same screen together, or just be like, all right, you're all gonna have a new style. Then this new world, like maybe every world has its style, and then when they're in the Smash world, they have a new style that just like combines them all together.
Yeah. People might say, oh, but Donald Glover's Prowler was in Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes,
Like,
he
I don't,
was.
yeah. It's like, I don't know if I like the idea of Tom Holland dressed as Link standing next to 3D animated Mario.
He also looked gigantic compared to Miles.
He did. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's funny.
To be fair, Spot looked gigantic in the Lego Spider-Man verse.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's true. Um, yeah, okay. So Mario, Donkey Kong, Zelda, Yoshi. That's all there that's already happening. Pokemon is kind of dubious, right? I guess that would fall under this whole thing. So I think given how big the franchise is, Pokemon, something, retcon Detective Pikachu into it, maybe.
I kind
um,
of wondered if Pokemon would get like the X-Men treatment. It's like, yep, you guys are another company. Maybe in 20 years we'll get the rights to include you.
I kind of wonder that too. Um, in that case, I mean, I would love to see and I think there would be a warrant for it, like a Kirby movie. A Kirby movie would be a lot of fun. You can adapt like the TV show, not like make it an extension of the TV show. I'm saying, but like the TV show's idea of Kirby being this chaos demon.
I mean, he is.
Yeah, turn that into a movie. It would be hilarious. It would be hilarious. Um, I also think this is kind of an offshoot, but off the top, I think Splatoon. That would be great. That would be really cool.
I think Splatoon could make a really cool movie. I kind of feel like it might be better as like a series because like I feel like with Splatoon you got it like obviously your you have two plots, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have the Octarian invasion, but then you also have I feel like you have to include the turf battles. So you have like
Mm-hmm.
a sport plot in there as well. So it's like combine the two of them together. I feel like you do a TV show where like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you're helping save the world, but other times like we're in the playoffs. We gotta go fight in the tournament.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the Mighty Ducks cartoon where they're superheroes, but they also play hockey.
That's true. That is true. There's been a couple of there was a Makoto Shinkai anime movie that I watched a couple years ago that kind of established like that idea, like a sports setting within a greater, even like post-apocalyptic plot. So it could be done. It could be executed really well. But yeah, I would like to see it as a series. Would a TV series still fall within the realm of this project though?
If Disney Plus can do it with Marvel, I don't know if I
Yeah.
would put it in like the quote unquote phase one,
Mm-hmm.
like a TV series because you gotta build it up. But that's probably how like what my Splatoon pitch would end up being.
Okay. Okay. In that case, my official pitch for the next film after Zelda would be a Kirby film.
Okay.
I think that would be fun and easily executable, and then you need Kirby there. He's a primary character
Yeah.
of the whole thing. I think he's phase one for sure, if not very early phase two.
Yeah, I agree. I think Kirby's one that you got to do phase one or phase two. I also think Star Fox. Hey, let's get the Light Lab Wars again. You know, people love seeing that. Metroid. I think you need
Mm-hmm.
Metroid, and then there's some other ones that I feel like are possible, but for one reason or another, it might be a little bit more difficult. Like
F-Zero.
Pikmin. Yeah, I don't. I I have a thought
Get
on Captain
Icarus.
Falcon, but F Zero, they can actually they can definitely do an F Zero movie for sure. Like F Zero could be their Guardians of the fucking Galaxy. You
Mm-hmm.
have Captain Falcon give him a few other characters that are his support as the team, the F Zero squad, whatever the fuck you call it, and
Dice
he
10 game.
fights Zoda or Deathborn or something.
Mm-hmm.
But like Fire Emblem is fucking huge now. It's exploded with Awakening, and it's just kept exploding ever since. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know how you do a Fire Emblem movie. Because first of all, it's an anthology series, so you have to pick one game to adapt, and I think those you have to truncate a lot. Marth would be the easiest one because there's less plot the older the games go, so
Mm-hmm.
it'd be easier to do him than to do Crom in Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
If they do an Awakening movie, I think everything with Walhart and Valm is gone. I think that's all
Yeah.
removed.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
completely skip it. And I think most in whatever final movie, I think most of the units are background at best. We're
Mm-hmm.
not going to see most of the children. It's probably just going to be like Lucina, and then maybe a Wayne,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Morgan, Severa. I think it'll probably be like those ones and a couple others. Kellum will be in one scene. The whole movie. Kellum
Played,
will be in a
played by
single
John
scene,
Cena.
and he won't have any lines. He'll show up in the post-credit scene, just be like, "No, no, wait, no, 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 no." You know how a lot of movies, like anime movies, they like show little scenes during the credits, or, like
Mm-hmm.
things happening. The credits for Fire Emblem Awakening's movie is just like a bunch of scenes from the movie, but with Kellum just like photoshopped in because he wasn't there actually in the movie. But this is the credits room. Like he was here the whole time. You guys didn't notice him. Here, let's zoom in. Play Where's Waldo with this. Terrible, terrible. But Fire Emblem, I just think that you'd have to cut out a lot to make
Mm-hmm.
it fit into a two and a half hour movie.
Yeah,
So like again, like Shadow
they
Dragon
have
should probably do it.
they
But
they have done Shadow Dragon as a I think a 3-part anime before.
yeah.
Hmm.
Radiant, granted, I don't know, I'm not as familiar with Path of Radiance because I only played Radiant Dawn, but Radiant Dawn is like divided into 5 chapters. Can you imagine putting that in a movie?
I was gonna say, what my approach to Fire Emblem would just be adapt unequivocally the best game. So a 6-part Radiant Saga movie would be fine. Why me?
A 6 part Radiant Dawn Fire Emblem movie is just the Fire Emblem cinematic universe. This isn't the Smash
Yeah,
cinematic. This is
yeah,
just the Fire
yeah,
Emblem
yeah.
verse.
Hey, it's the same problem as Smash itself. It's like, what? We got 6 Fire Emblem movies in a row before we got the Metroid movie?
Ha! And I mean
um,
that's the problem with some of these. Like Xenoblade has gotten really big, but you can't put Xenoblade in a movie. You
hmm
cannot do it.
hmm
No,
A TV series based on the first game would be cool.
and it'd take multiple seasons to
Yeah,
finish the game.
essentially, yeah.
It's like, oh god. But then like
Um,
you could do a short Ice Climber movie, I guess. I think Kid Icarus Uprising could be adapted pretty
That'd be
well.
amazing. Would be amazing.
You would probably cut out the Aurum, I think. I think the Aurum are just an easy get this out of here. And
I
then there's
wondered
some
why
other
they were
bits we
there
could
when I played the
remove.
game. I mean,
I mean, they are literally out of nowhere.
hmm
But like there's some things that are just like hard to do. Like Pikmin, you could do a pretty interesting movie out of Pikmin, I feel like.
yeah,
You'd have to invent a lot, but I think that could be done.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Technically, there is an Animal Crossing movie already.
Hmm.
I kind of want to watch it, but I
Me
don't think
too.
it. I don't know if it ever got like subtitled or anything because it didn't release outside of Japan.
It would have if they waited a couple more years. It absolutely would have been adapted here.
Yeah, but
Um, yeah.
now that we've discussed what some of the potential franchises are, here's where this is going to get difficult, sir. Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 1 was 6 movies: Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, and the Avengers. So, assuming we have this same pattern, and then having like 2 supporting characters in Hawkeye and Black Widow that get introduced in somewhere in these movies and then get their own Avengers or appear in Avengers as well. What are our 5 movies leading up to Smash Brothers One?
Oh, you've
Obviously,
got a
we
couple
have Super
already.
Mario Bros. Already in here. We know there's a Super Mario sequel. We know there's Zelda. So that's already 3 of our movies.
Yeah,
What are 4 and 5?
there's your Mario, Zelda, Mario 2 kind of mimics Iron Man, Hulk, Iron Man 2, even though no one cares about the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. Until now, with New World Order bringing it all back. Um,
Actually, they got no. That's right. That is the new name. That's right.
hmm um, Thor. So we got 3 more. Then that would be
Two more
Thor, Captain. What was that? 2? Oh yeah,
because
2 more.
Avengers is Smash.
Yeah, I think Metroid has to be one of them.
I agree.
What do you think about the last?
That's where it gets hard. That's where it gets really fucking hard. Uh, because Metroid is the one that makes the next biggest fit. Because
Mhm.
I assume that with Mario, I think Donkey Kong, honestly, it might be my next one. I think it might be. It might maybe that's a lot of Mario, but I also think based on like who the Mario movie already introduced, we're already probably we're not gonna only include Mario and Luigi to represent Mario in like a Smash movie, like because Peach has a big part of it. Bowser can appear, and Donkey Kong's there, but
Yeah.
I say let Donkey Kong have his movie. So I would say mimic the ordering of cinematic universe: Mario, Donkey Kong, Mario 2. Granted, we know Zelda is happening, so this is probably the wrong order. But then uh, Zelda and actually no, I think Metroid and then Zelda. I think it makes have Zelda be the comparison to Captain America.
Okay, there
And
you go.
then I don't know quite what the plot would be for um, Smash Bros. Movie. I know years ago I came up with a pitch order going through like the first three phases of something like this. I don't know where any of that is. I tried finding it before we started recording. But what I do remember is I had the plot for the first Mario movie being Mario Galaxy, or not Mario movie, the first Smash movie being Mario Galaxy adapted into. Actually, no. Or was that of Age of Ultron I made Mario Galaxy? I think that was the case. I just had like the first Smash movie be like Master Hand is the threat. I was like, all right, so here's something that makes sense. And then by the end of it, he kind of, it turns out he's not here to destroy the world. Kind of, it can be like they think he's like a Galactus-like figure at first, probably. But then that's also just your opportunity to introduce a couple characters who don't have a movie yet. This is where you could have Captain Falcon make his first appearance, or Fox, because they would have been like flying around in space, and they just see like, hey, there's this giant hand that's blowing up planets. What help? And they find out that it's on a collision. The next one it's on a collision course with is Mushroom Kingdom. So they go there to try and head it off, and that's where they meet up with Mario. But then where you get Zelda or Link rather, these other ones involved, I don't know that. I know. I think actually no. I think in my old pitch, I think Zelda and Mario were on the same planet, just in like completely different sides of it, which is weird. But that's what I did. Because if I remember right, I had the Zelda movie ending kind of like with how Captain America ends, where like instead of being frozen in ice, he sacrifices himself and gets transported somewhere, so he arrives in the Mushroom Kingdom because fuck it. I don't think that'd work in this scenario, but I don't know. Spitballing random shit here.
I mean, I think that the general layout works out quite well. So going into the Smash movie, you would have more characters than just the primary names on the tags too. Like if you go with your idea for Wario and the Waluigi to cause a lot of havoc in the Mario sequel, assuming that that's what we get in this realm of possibility, they could be strong side characters in the Smash Avengers-y film too. Yeah. So I guess you could populate the film with who would be kind of the primary populace of characters involved. Mario, Luigi, Link, Samus, obviously, DK, but who else?
I throw in Peach.
Browser, maybe singing a song with Master Hand.
Yeah, I was wondering if if there are villains involved, like either that are like against the heroes besides just Master Hand, then I would include Bowser. Otherwise, I honestly think I might leave him mostly out of it and let it be like a heroic team up. But then Bowser can, after they've been in like couple more Mario movies and like they cool their jets and their little rivalry or whatever, maybe then Bowser can help them out in the next one or something. Or the whole Mario Galaxy thing happens and they have to take him out, and then that's when he's like, "All right, fine, I'm done. What's this? What's this blue glowing guy doing over here? That's weird. Oh God!" And then he has to join up with them against Taboo. Taboo is the Thanos in my mind. Make Taboo be the Thanos. I don't think Galeem or Darkon would be as interesting. It's kind of hard to be when they're not humanoid. At least Master Hand is like synonymous with Smash. And
Taboo would be...
Smash fans have given Master Hand a personality so much over the years.
Yeah, Taboo would be interesting. It's not like it's not every day you come across a giant blue baby with butterfly wings.
It's really not.
As we used to say back in the day to taunt Brawly. Not our brightest moment, I will say. But it's kind of true. I mean, look at him. What yeah, but I guess there's your phase one. Easy enough.
You could actually like change a little bit, like maybe swap out the second Mario movie and just assume that Donkey Kong is that second Mario movie, and then you can slot in another thing, like maybe. God, what would be a good one to fit in alongside maybe Earthbound, honestly.
That would be wonderful.
Maybe Earthbound, because like I feel like I want to consider like Star Fox or Kirby, but then it's like with also Metroid being there, is is that too spacey?
Right.
Do you spread out the spacey? But even then, like you're gonna want to do a Metroid 2 at some point. You gotta involve Star Fox eventually. Maybe Punch Out. Although I don't think Punch. I would not do Punch Out Phase 1. No.
Mm-hmm. Although they do get a heck of a lot of cameo appearances in the original Mario movie, Punch Out.
Yeah, I think Punch Out would make a good movie. Like, hello, we already have a whole fucking Rocky saga.
Mm-hmm.
Punch Out can be their Rocky. Not quite that same level, but if they could make a whole boxing series work, they can easily make Punch Out work. Maybe tone some of the stereotyping down.
Agreed.
Maybe.
Agreed.
Just a thought. Tone down the stereotyping. Which, to be fair, they already did to a degree in the Wii version. But more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a whole other conversation, but I agree with it. I mean, even the Wii version. I mean, they're positive. They're largely positive, but they're still stereotypes.
Mm-hmm. But like a lot of the Nintendo franchises, they can work for movies. Like some are a little bit more difficult. Some might be better off as TV shows, like Fire Emblem, Xenoblade, because those are just so fucking huge.
Yeah, I'm just afraid that Nintendo's like, let's go with the most recent game and then do Engage as a movie.
How would that work? No.
It's the conglomerate. They're like, oh, we don't know what Fire Emblem game to make, so what's the one game with all of the lords in it?
But I think what's more likely than that is that they'll do Three Houses and do Church Route. I think if they were ever to say I don't think they'll ever pick a canon route for Three Houses, Fates, Sacred Stones. I don't think they'll ever Blazing Blade. I think also like is split on its story like that. Actually, no. Well, no. I don't know about that one or Sacred
Would
Stones.
agree,
That
but
might not
not
be like
really.
completely split.
Yeah.
But Three Houses, they'll never pick a canon one, but I think they would say Church Route is the canon one if they were ever to choose that or Blue Lions. They'll never say Edelgard is canon.
I do.
I do too, but Nintendo won't.
I know. Good times. I concur.
We could get a simple Fox and the Hound like Duck Hunt movie.
Wow, be
Where
terrific.
the dog and the duck were friends as children, and then they grew up, and now the dog is this grumpy old dog, and the dog is still like living it up in the forest because he had to be kicked out of the house by his adopted mother.
Sounds fun, but also like trauma revisited.
Yeah, I mean, so was that movie.
That's what I'm saying.
I love
Oh
that
my
movie though. That was one of my favorite Disney movies as a kid.
Oh yeah, yeah. Gyromite the movie.
Okay, I don't know how to make that one work. Actually, no. I actually did think about how you fit Robin. You do him the same way you do in Brawl. Subspace Emissary. He's the ancient minister. That's all you need to do with Rob. Now that he does not get his own movie, he is the Vision of Age of Ultron.
Yeah, that'd be great once oh my god, once you get into phase 2 and that Avengers movie is just Subspace Emissary. There you go. I mean, it almost writes itself.
Well, I would make it be Infinity War and Endgame, because I'm going with like Taboo being Thanos.
Yeah.
Everybody being turned the trophies or whatever. I think that granted, Galeem's whole thing where everybody gets fucking zapped away into light is also kind of Thanos snap adjacent, but I think Taboo is better for characterization.
Yeah. So you're saying Darkon and Galeem are Kang the Conqueror?
No, I'm not.
They're just
like they could be something later, but if I was to build out like a 3-phase one and done, this is the whole thing. I absolutely end it with Taboo.
That's true. That's true. So what would your Age of Ultron be then? Assuming that Phase 3 is Infinity War Endgame still, there's some sort of need for a smash in the middle.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if Master Hand is the third of the first one, I'm pretty sure my old ideas was for Age of Ultron to basically be Mario Galaxy, but Bowser is confronted by more than just Mario because he's threatening the galaxy, not just
Mm-hmm.
Mario. But if I was to do something else here, because Avengers 1, it was Loki. They took the Thor villain. Uh, I think that's kind of where I came up with the whole Bowser thing, because a villain from one of the other ones has to be teamed up against by a group of heroes. But I think that might be too early with how Nintendo does it. That's why I kind of feel like doing Bowser there. Or you could also just do like a team up of sorts with villains like Bowser, Ganondorf.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Trying to look at what other ones would be. Porky. Maybe Porky
Mm-hmm.
comes back because he wouldn't have been like the big villain of an Earthbound movie. That would be Gygas. He'd be
Yeah.
the main antagonist, but not the final villain, really.
Right. Right. Right.
But I'm not really.
Man, the tonal dissonance that you can create with some of these villains too,
Mm-hmm.
like Ganondorf and Gygas, are like so Ridley, are like
Wolf.
actually evil,
Yeah.
like incredibly so. Gygas has a fucked up background, like so like upsetting and sad, but is like
Ooh.
so crazy and yeah. What's up?
Thought. Here's a thought. So Ridley, right? This fucker dies and gets resurrected in so many different ways, so many different times.
Mm-hmm.
Kill Ridley at the end of the Metroid movie, right? Kill him dead. Not even a meta Ridley. But then you also have the Earthbound movie happen,
Mm-hmm.
and you dispatch Gygas. But Gygas, he's more than just a than an individ than a being. He's
Mm-hmm.
borderline becomes an energy,
Mm-hmm.
uh, a thing that you can't really destroy.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say their solution is like they jettison him into space or something. What they think is like a secure capsule or whatever the fuck ever. I don't know. But but something happens. Ridley's corpse is infused with the power of Gygas.
Oh God.
So you have Gygas Ridley as the villain for Age of Ultron.
That is disturbing. Let's do it.
Instead of the villain being the results of the heroes attempting to create something that can save their planet, the villain is created by the heroes thinking they had saved the day, but actually introducing two of the most pure forms of evil that they could have actually introduced to each other. Not
Mm-hmm.
their fault, really, but the result of their actions.
Yeah. Ridley, who is a sociopath murderer, maniac, and Gygas, who, yeah, becomes just an ethereal energy based out of like the extreme depraved sadness and depression.
Yeah, and part of me kind of wonders, like, maybe throw Gandalf in there as like the one that made this happen. It's like he's trying to like control this monster that he created, but anytime the scientists try to create a monster and control it, it never works out that way. They always
Mm.
lose control. But I also wonder if, like, do you want to involve Gandalf, like the man with these two monsters, or do you just leave it be the monsters? But you also
Mm-hmm.
need to have there be some kind of like villain face to be the character be in front of the monster for the heroes to go up against. Otherwise, you just have like an uninteresting monster fight the
Yeah,
monster.
like a giant black cloud overtaking the city.
Andros, maybe depending on how the Star Fox movie goes, he
I
could
mean,
be
he
the
is a
one that
scientist.
makes this happen.
Yeah, humanoid Andros, and then then Gygus Ridley turns him into a giant head.
That's how he dies. He gets warped into this hideous form.
Yep.
He gets reduced to being just a head.
Yep. Just like in real life. Just like in the games, rather.
And then at some point, we have some kind of something Fire Emblem. We have a Splatoon. We get a Punch Out movie.
That would be so interesting
Golden
to see
Sun?
Ganondorf to, yeah, control that. Because Gygus versus Ganondorf seems pretty evenly matched in some regards.
Yeah.
I mean, if not for the Triforce, Ganondorf would be screwed, but he does have the Triforce of Power. So that's interesting. That is very interesting. I mean, this becomes much like how Smash has become a vehicle to, it's kind of left that realm of like extreme impact, but still has impact. Where like back in the Melee days, they legitimized Fire Emblem in the West.
Yep.
That Smash universe, cinematic universe, could be a kingmaker for dead franchises. The resurrection of Golden Sun could absolutely be a thing.
Instead of Suicide Squad or Thunderbolts, it's Takamaru, it's Balloon Fighter, it's the Retro Squad. Takamaru, Balloon Fighter, Ayumi Tachibana, Mach Rider, the
Captain
Ice Climbers.
Rainbow brings them together.
Yeah, Captain Rainbow is the leader of the team. Yes, obviously. The Captain Rainbow. This is the Captain Rainbow movie. It's completely weird and stupid, and not at all what the game is. But fuck it.
Captain Rainbow is your Deadpool.
I mean,
kind of already is in his game.
Yeah. And then 20 years later, they get the rights to use Pokemon, and they reset the universe, and now all the Pokemon are in the movies, and you do Captain Rainbow and Pikachu, the movie. It's the third Captain Rainbow movie.
Yeah, you do that. Good times. Captain Rainbow, what a guy. Yeah. And then Pokemon just start to slowly be introduced into the universe leading up to that too. Like turns out that Bowser's second child is actually Charizard.
Yeah.
There you go, it's Pokemon. You're like, oh son, turns out you're a Pokemon. You're like, whoa, and it'll be the first time they ever mention it in the SSBCU.
Pokemon is another one that was like, I'm not really sure how to tackle that as a movie. Because obviously, we have Pokemon movies, but they're all like addendums to the anime, and they typically feature a legendary Pokemon as either the primary or a primary character. So there's very few though where a legendary is not the main lead. Lucario and Zoroark movies being the ones that come to mind. But my first thought is adapt the games, but adapt them with the adventure storyline for Pokemon Red. So you go fight Giovanni for the final time, and he has our Mewtwo, and you have to fight as his last Pokemon. And then Team Rocket is disbanded. Red becomes the champion, but then Mewtwo escapes and fucks off, and he's a teaser for a later event maybe. But I don't think that would fit in a 2-hour-long movie either. So I think Pokemon is also that it had to be a TV show. It's like, oh shit,
it already is too.
It already is.
Begin adapting the Pokemon Red and Blue manga.
Yeah, Adventures.
Yeah. That. Oh, right. That's the name of it.
Yeah.
Some things we might leave on the cutting room floor, like
Sabrina, Mr. Fuji, Koga, and Blaine all being originally bad guys.
Yeah. That and chopping a Arbok in half.
No, you leave that in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Give that Bulbasaur a knife.
If you're going to adapt a Pokemon movie, pinpoint the best one, Secrets of the Jungle, featuring Zarude.
Oh, I haven't seen any of the Pokemon movies after Gen 5.
Oh, I was joking anyway, as you know.
I assumed you probably were, but I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
If they did, I mean, it would clearly be Mewtwo Strikes Back. But there's
Well,
issues.
Pokemon 2000.
Yeah. Yeah, that. Mm-hmm.
Wait, is 2000?
That's,
No, Pokemon. I can't remember if 2000 was the first one or 2000 was what they called the second one.
let me look it up here.
But there were 2 Mewtwo movies.
It's the second one.
Okay, so 2000 is the one with the Johto legendaries then.
Yeah, yes.
And then the third movie is Unknown, which is also the Johto legendaries. Or is that 2000? There's a lot of Pokemon movies.
Yes, okay. So, Pokemon, the first movie. That's apparently what the Pokemon first movie is called.
Yeah.
Oh, and it includes Mewtwo Strikes Back. Okay.
Imagine if it failed and they never made another movie. They're just like, Pokemon the first movie, also the only movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, remember when they tried to make a 3D remake of Mewtwo?
Not tried, they did. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, I didn't watch it because it's like, this is a little Uncanny Valley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like the 3D Rugrats.
The what?
Bar. 3D Rugrats. You can see Chucky Finster in 3D.
No, thank you.
On Paramount Plus. There's 2 seasons already.
No.
Not voiced by the original voice actor, though, because she unfortunately passed.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, they probably also don't sound the same.
Most of them are the same VAs, but yeah.
Surprising.
But Chucky's there. If you ever want to see him. And what he would look like in the SSBCU.
I do not. I'd rather imagine the Kid Icarus movie. The question with Kid Icarus is, would you adapt the first game, or do you just skip it and go to Uprising?
Oh, I would just go to Uprising.
Yeah, same. I think there are some things you would lose just skipping it over to Uprising, but I think it's fine. Or even divide Uprising into... No, don't divide into 2 movies. It's not... don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You would definitely be cutting out some segments. Like, we would not have the Undersea Palace and no Thanatos. If he has a role, it's a lot smaller. I don't think the Lunar Sanctum... I think the Lunar Sanctum and the Chaos Cannon arc are gone. No Aurum. It's just going to be like, okay, condensed Medusa, condensed Viridi, now Hades.
Yeah. Agreed. Medusa could be done in the first 10 minutes.
No, you got to give Medusa more time than that.
All right. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, Uprising again, condensed Medusa. That's the first. That's the story from the first couple games anyway. There you go, done.
Yeah. Or even rearrange events and do Viridi first. And then the second half is Medusa, and you save Hades for another movie.
Yeah, that's true. Hades can be saved for Kid Icarus Love and Thunder.
Yeah. The 4th Kid Icarus movie is when Hades finally shows up.
Yep. Played by Christian Bale.
The first Kid Icarus movie is just Medusa. The second Kid Icarus movie is just Viridi. The third Kid Icarus movie is the Aurum. Kid Icarus in space. And it's not them attacking the planet. It's Kid Icarus just like, you know what? Those space people we met in that Smash movie, they were fun. I want to go to space for a little bit. We're gonna have a space adventure. What do you mean I can't fly in space still? Fuck. Alright, let's go, Dark Pit. We're teaming up. It's a buddy cop movie in space.
Dark Pit, and Donkey Kong.
I was going to say Phosphora, but all right.
Phosphora is your Hulk?
Oh, that was the comparison.
Mm-hmm.
No, Cragalanche.
Okay. What the
Yep.
That would be funny. I mean, there's your Korg.
Oh,
right,
true. That would be Korg. Damn it.
Who's your Meek out of all that?
Magnus? Wait, Magnus and Gowl would be the Hulk and Valkyrie, actually.
There you go. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that plot line. That's funny. Do you want to try and piece together what Phase 2 would look like movie by movie?
Star Fox is there easily. I think Kirby is there easily.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't make the F-Zero movie yet. I still keep Captain Falcon a solo entity, kind of like Hawkeye, kind of like Black
Mm-hmm.
Widow.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I need to see how many Phase 2 movies we would have had. Okay, so we have Phase 2 is Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Age of Ultron, and then Ant-Man. Oh, fuck. Okay, so we need a Mario sequel in here. We need a Zelda sequel. And then Star Fox and Kirby. And then it's Smash 2. And then the Ant-Man analog would be...
Kid Icarus.
Yeah, and I'm also realizing we don't have Earthbound established. Oh no, that's right. I've removed Mario 2 and replaced it with so that
We're
Donkey Kong would just be there, and then Earthbound is in phase 1 now.
Mm-hmm.
That way we have Gygus, Ridley. Yeah, Kid Icarus can be the Ant-Man.
There you go. This is shaping up to be a healthy old Phil Marino.
And then phase 3, instead of Captain America Civil War, it's Mario versus Link. Dawn of Justice.
Chris Pratt versus Tom Holland, just like a MCU all over again.
Yep.
Or Timothy Chalamet, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Why Timothy Chalamet?
I don't know. It's like Hollywood's new funny.
The current pretty boy?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Here's a question. Here's a good question though. Smash has more than just Nintendo franchises. So would we have a non-Nintendo franchise be part of the Smash Brothers cinematic universe? For example, we have 2 successful Sonic movies with a TV show and a 3rd movie on the way. Do we insert Sonic into the Smash Brothers cinematic universe or one of these other franchises?
Yeah, Sonic 3 ends with a multiversal portal opening and Sonic entering.
Sonic 3 is the Deadpool.
There you go. But with what Sonic does to Taboo and the
Or rather,
Social
like
Symmetry.
Sonic 4, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Sonic ripping open the rift is what allows Galeem to exist.
Oh, God.
Because Galeem and Darkon exist in in between realm.
Mm-hmm.
They can't touch the real world. They're stuck in they're stuck in the walls of the house.
Mm-hmm.
But Sonic breaks a hole through reality, punches a hole through space and time, and now Galeem and Darkon slide on in.
There you go. Would that be post Infinity War Endgame? And
Yeah. This would be like phase 4, 5, 6.
Okay, but focusing on 3, I guess it ends with Sonic. I mean, that Avengers Smash thing ends with Sonic punching that hole through the multiverse and helping defeat Taboo. Is that what we're thinking? Or yeah, it just happens. And then it turns out that Giuseppe is old friends with Pac-Man from the arcade days.
But Giuseppe's a person.
Yep. And when the F-Zero movie comes out, they're Captain Falcon's playing with a new anti-malware software created by Dr. Light. Mega Man is made by Light and Mr. EAD in this world.
Wouldn't it be Mr. EAD and Dr. Egad? Or Professor Egad?
Perhaps.
They make Mega Man.
Oh gosh. Damnation. A perversion of the truth.
Very much so. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I would love a Mega Man movie, but not like how the rumors of were many years ago about The Rock playing Mega Man. It's like
Oh,
you get
oh
that
my
cursed shit out of
God.
here.
I
Get that
never
cursed
heard of
shit out of
that.
here.
Yeah.
Don't want it.
No, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Mm-mm.
We
But
already have enough game in jokes. These,
yeah.
God.
But like I think like hypothetically you could have. I think there are some of these that could work as moves and could potentially fit in, but honestly, fuck it, don't need it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like Sonic. I think they could do like a crossover with. I think that would make some sense, but beyond that, maybe Mega Man.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could reference Street Fighter in Punch Out, as well
Yeah.
as like Fatal Fury Tekken. Like, but I don't know that I'd put them in. I would not do Castlevania in this. I would not do Bayonetta. I would not do Final Fantasy. I would not do Dragon Quest or Persona. Banjo-Kazooie, I think would work. I mean,
Yeah.
it's already got those ties to Donkey Kong, and it's in this similar cartoonish world. I think that would work pretty well. Kingdom Hearts is a fucking Pandora's box. Don't open the Pandora's box that is Kingdom Hearts. And then Minecraft. I mean, we are getting a Minecraft movie, but I don't think I'd put that one in either. Like it'd be like Sonic is a in Metal Gear. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Do it.
Don't do that.
Do.
Like, sure, make Metal Gear a successful movie franchise. Sure, I'm not putting it into the Nintendo Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
Like,
Make
it'd be
Metal
like
Gear
Sonic, Mega Man, Banjo-Kazooie would be like the only ones I would really consider.
Mm-hmm. Make Metal Gear a successful cinematic universe with David Hayter as Snake.
Apparently, Konami had Hater like do a recap of the Metal Gear franchise recently, and I didn't really read much on it. I just saw that apparently at one point he said like this is going to take forever to cover, like this will take hours to talk about. It's like, hey man, at least you're not explaining Kingdom Hearts.
That was today. That was the day of our recording that came out.
Oh shit!
Wow. Nice. And yeah, it's part 1.
How long is part 1? What games does part 1 cover? And are we including Ghost Babel?
Part 1 is only the first game, it looks like.
Oh, as in the first game or Metal Gear Solid?
Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
It's a recap of Metal Gear Solid as the franchise in particular.
So the third game.
Yeah. It looks like I don't know how many parts it's going to be, but this is.
I mean, it's 1 per game. It's going to be 5.
Actually, I see stills from 3 in here as well. So without watching it, I don't know what the formatting is. But it's part 1 and it's 6 minutes long. I don't know.
Just to go on a brief side tangent here with the Metal Gear franchise, let's say they make a wildly successful Metal Gear Solid 1 movie. People fucking go nuts over it. They love it. Metal Gear Solid 2 gets immediately greenlit. We get the trailers. The trailers show Snake and almost like there's no other protagonist at all in the trailer. And then the movie comes out, and 10 minutes in, Snake is gone, and it's all right. And if we pull the same bullshit again on people that don't know, do it again. I swear, do it again.
There you go. There you go.
Amazing. What's funny for me, because like I watched all the Metal Gear games. Was that 2 years ago now? I think that was 2 years ago now. Holy shit. And I didn't know about that at all. I knew Raiden existed as a character. I didn't know he was in Solid 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching Metal Gear Solid 2, and it's like, where's Snake go? Wait, what's happening here? I didn't know. I had no idea the twist.
Mm-hmm. It happens, and it's not the first time we pull a twist like that either.
All I knew of Raiden was Revengeance.
Mm-hmm. Difficult game.
Yeah.
Memes. Yeah, that too. Then Sephiroth intervened.
Somehow, Sephiroth returned. Fuck.
I have come to bring Smash despair.
Oh god, instead of the Star Wars series, it's 9 Final Fantasy movies. The original trilogy covers 7. The prequel
Yeah.
trilogy covers Crisis Core and I guess Ever or Before Crisis. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sequel trilogy is Advent Children, Dirge of Cerberus. And then Sephiroth
Yep.
appears at the end in a new plot line. It's like, ah, yeah, we couldn't figure out what to do for the third one. So Sephiroth is back. Good luck, Cloud. It's like, god damn it. And it's not Cloud, it's actually like Cloud's granddaughter.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, no. In this scenario, no, it'd be nobody's, just a random granddaughter. Random.
Oh, there you go.
But
Turns out
she,
it's actually
but she
Sephiroth's
looks
granddaughter.
like the love child of Sid and Barrett.
What? And then you return to Final Fantasy from the start. Make a movie about the Warrior of Light and go from there. But in every film, Sephiroth intervenes.
Fuck. Every film, it's not Garland, it's not Mateus, it's not Golbez or Exdeath or Kefka or whoever. It's just Sephiroth dressed as that character. So then we get to Final Fantasy VIII, and it's Sephiroth in drag, because Ultimacia is the villain.
Mm-hmm. That would be
And
amazing.
Media, but
Final Fantasy VII, it's Sephiroth playing Sephiroth. He's like, what? Return to go on.
this just doesn't seem right. What?
No, okay, you know what doesn't seem right? Sephiroth replacing Kefka doesn't seem right.
No, but I need to see this fan art. I need to see Sephiroth dressed like Kefka. I need to see this.
The Sephiroth cinematic universe. What a thrill.
It's like Sony's Spider-Man cinematic universe, but without Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Everything is
Final
just
Fantasy
Sephiroth.
without the main characters. It's just Hey, it would be a lot better than Sony's Spider-Man universe.
Madam Web.
If only Sephiroth intervened there. Imagine being worse than Morbius.
Listen,
There you go.
No. I don't want to imagine that.
And then Sephiroth intervened and said it's Morbin time.
Fucking God.
I looping it back.
How do you make a Wii Fit movie? How do you involve the Wii Fit trainer? That's the only Smash franchise, I guess in ARMS, that we haven't even talked about at all. Everything else has had and Game & Watch. Everything else has had a mention, except for those.
Give Game & Watch the Baby Groot miniseries treatment and have it be like 5-minute shorts about Mr. Game & Watch in the Game & Watch world.
Got it.
There you go.
And then I guess have Wii Fit Trainer appear in Punch-Out. Not as a fighter, but as a supporting character.
Mm-hmm.
Wii Fit Trainer is his Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
Get the fan fiction out. I'm shipping Little Mac and Wii Fit Trainer. Let's go.
Have him crying at the steps of Punch-Out University. Wii Fit Trainer!
Yep. That's how you do it.
God.
This is canon.
A Wii Fit centric show or like a Ring Fit show would be hilarious. They have to make it way over the top.
Ring Fit could work as a movie. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. That would be fucking hilarious.
That would be so dumb, but I'd watch it.
Drago, baby.
God, yes.
Have him played by Jim Belushi. There you go. The voice of Pacha as Drago.
Is that Emperor's New Groove?
Yeah.
No.
The voice of Kronk as
I was going to say Kronk. Make Kronk be Drago. Yes.
is whatever his name is.
Uh,
Frank Patrick Warburton.
yeah, that's the one. Like one of the most easily recognizable voices in all of Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody. I mean, you can sound like him, but nobody naturally sounds like him.
No, 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 not at all.
There are people that do really good impersonations, but
Mm-hmm.
that man, his voice, holy god, yes, make that man be Drago. Or no, I don't think he'd work as Ganon if he's too slow in his cadence. He needs to play something big though.
Mm-hmm.
Who would he play?
Patrick Warburton, besides Drago.
Make him play a Goron, like
Okay,
Darunia or whoever.
that would be funny.
King Day-to-Day,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Want to go
King K.
past the?
Rool,
Mm-hmm.
King Hippo. A lot of kings.
Yeah. 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 DDD I could see.
I could
King K.
actually
Rool, I mean,
I could actually
yeah.
see Day-to-Day or King Hippo easily.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. King K. Rool, I don't know. I really actually like how K. Rool was done in the Donkey Kong Country cartoon. Like, there's little salvageable from that, but King K. Rool's characterization is one of the things that was consistently good.
King K.
You
Rool
get
needs
that?
to be played by somebody that can do both like unhinged crazy, but also like threateningly evil. Somebody that can
Mm-hmm.
like nail both of those voices. I know there's some people that can do that. They're not coming to mind.
Yeah, that'll be my pitch. Ben Campbell as the voice of K. Rool.
Who's Ben
Again,
Campbell?
the return of the king from Fox's Donkey Kong Country.
Okay, but who's Ben Campbell?
That's who it is. He's the English voice actor for King K. Rool in the Donkey Kong Country show.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like somebody that I would know.
No. Sorry. He's a guy. He's a guy named Ben Campbell. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't. I would not recognize any of the things he's been in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know any of these things.
I will. I'll send you something to refer to later that I thought was a pretty good reel of him later on as K. Rool, like in a fan project.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. 9 minutes long, I'm saying. Not bad. Nowhere near as long as my interview with Waluigi at the start of this season.
That wasn't a thing. Stop bringing that up. We're talking about actual things that could
It
happen.
was here. Maybe one day you can interview Mwamba.
No.
Actual things that could happen.
Trying to think of like who's some other actors that we could cast in these roles, like as voices. Obviously, like sure, Zelda's being live action, but it shouldn't be. Let's just be honest. Zelda should not be live action. But most of these things should not be live action, because live action you're just hampered too much by limitations of what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Animation would just be so much better for all this.
Pretty much in general, yeah. I find myself gravitating more and more towards animated films in general. At least for this kind of stuff. There are some movies that naturally do well live action, but this isn't the genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very concerned about the Zelda movie.
Yeah.
From who's making it to, I mean, he claims, they're extremely influenced by Studio Ghibli and Hayao Miyazaki and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, if that's the case, you should have just got
Well, those were animated.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
like the one big thing I will say in the Zelda movie's favor is that there is no way, I think, that Nintendo is going to let this go without extreme oversight. Like there's no they're not going to let a Netflix Avatar happen.
Mm-hmm.
Something I saw recently was that the reason why the One Piece or Netflix adaptation was actually considered to be really good because apparently the creator was just like watching them like a goddamn hawk, ready to pull the plug if they ever went too far with anything. It's like,
Yeah.
that's what Nintendo needs to do here. That's what anything being adapted. If the creator says no,
Mm-hmm.
then don't.
Mm-hmm.
And the first red flag with Avatar was when the creators left over creative differences with Netflix. And it's like, well, that was a bad sign.
Yeah, Oda had told Netflix that he would cancel out and just simply pay off the contract. Because I mean, One Piece is the longest running anime of all time. He has the money to just be
Yeah.
like, bye.
Which, speaking of anime, to go on this topic here, Akira Toriyama.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace.
He
It's insane.
so many things that the sphere of gaming and anime would not be the same without what that
Mm-hmm.
man did to Dragon Ball. Holy
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yeah.
We would not have Final Fantasy.
No.
He never
Wouldn't have
worked
Dragon
on
Ball.
it, but he did the artwork for Dragon Quest, which I wouldn't say like his art was why Dragon Quest succeeded, but Dragon Quest succeeded like crazy, and then Final Fantasy copied off. Well, not copied, but they took that as huge inspiration. A lot of things took that man's work as inspiration.
For sure. Super Cast Brothers Spirit Bond. Oh, if only Eric were here.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad. But yeah, extremely influential, great animator. Is what it is, unfortunately. People get old, they get diseases and they die, and just kind of a thing.
I mean, he was only in his 60s.
Yeah, that was a surprise. He was like what, 69, I think. But
Like,
I mean,
he's a little over twice my age.
he was 68. Well, that's that to put it that way is deafening indeed.
Yeah.
The reality of the void
No, that's where Gleam and Darkon are.
comes for us all. Oh, is that what's at the end of this journey?
Yeah. It was the friends we made along the way.
Something to look forward. I mean, ultimately, I think, well, that's probably the truest thing in my mind. But good lord. But yeah, I mean, Toriyama did a lot of things right with Dragon Ball. Naturally, that's how it existed for so long, and then they made a shitty movie in the West after he retired, and it was so bad that he came out of retirement to kick Shonen Jump's ass and remake Dragon Ball Legends. And that's his legacy. Dragon Ball, Blue Dragon.
It's kind of like how they say Miyazaki comes out of retirement every time anime starts getting too big for the britches. He's like, listen here, punks. Let me show you how it's done. All right,
Yeah,
I'm going back to retirement. See you again in 6 years.
That's how long it takes Miyazaki to make some of these films, like the Boy and the Heron or How Do You Live. That is frame by frame, fully animated by him. People really respect him for doing it, for founding the old way and continuing to do so. It's why one of Ghibli's few missteps was when they tried to do 3D animation one time. It was like, oh my god.
Which one was that?
It was I don't even remember the name of it. His son made it, not him.
Try to make your own legacy.
Yeah, he hasn't quite hit it out of the park just yet with a couple of movies he's made, I will say. It was like Earwig and the Witch or something, an adaptation of that novel. I actually didn't watch it. It was so poorly reviewed. But all that to say, take from people like Toriyama and Miyazaki when developing your animated series. Which they, I mean,
listen to, learn from, and respect the original fucking creators.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, in the end, I mean, Miyamoto's had his points of frustration with the fans, definitely. The Paper Mario saga, oh my god. now we're finally rounding back around to Thousand Year Door being remade. Thank you, God. But in the end, I mean, and we're seeing this now that he has stepped over and he's helped develop the teams of young people that have created Splatoon. He's babied Pikmin into finally blossoming into a more popular franchise with the fourth entry. And he's made the Mario movie a success by looming over them like a hawk, like Oda did with One Piece on Netflix. So he's rounding back to have a respectable easing into the end of his career and legacy. And you love to see it. I mean, that's that. I think Miyamoto is going to be the reason, if it happens, that the Zelda reason's good, because you know damn well he's the reason why the Mario movie was good.
Yeah.
There was no way.
And some people may argue about the Mario movie actually not being good, saying it's like, oh, it was too safe. They didn't do anything. It was just like the standard Mario. And it's like that's what it was. That's what it was always going to be. It was never going to be a huge experimental thing. It was always going to cover that. And I don't know that it necessarily should have been. I understand what people are saying, but I think the Mario movie is exactly what it should have been.
Yeah. Not everything, not everyone, not everything needs to be this fancy art film. It's a film that is appealing to whole families. And it's Mario, and that's always been the case.
Yeah. Plus, video game movies are historically not good. So you want to get a hit, you lean on Mario. You lean on the established Mario stuff, and that's what they did. Now, for further movies in the series, that's their opportunity to branch out, whether that's with Mario 2, Luigi's Mansion, Bean Kingdom, Mario Galaxy, Donkey Kong, Yoshi's Island, Wario. That's when they can start getting a little bit out there if they desire. But the first movie, that's was exactly what it needed to be.
Yeah, and there needs to be an expansion of the world, not necessarily an expansion of tone. I think they've already found their formula. They can stick with it for a long time and appeal to the exact audience they need to and be fine. Now, Mario has become profound. There are areas where you see this. Rosalina's storybook and Galaxy 1 being a major one. Pretty much the entire plot line of Super Paper Mario, like, oh my god, what was that? But yeah, I mean, they followed the formula. They did what they had to do. I mean, that's people forget where we were at with gaming movies before this film came out.
Well, I'd say before Sonic.
Yeah, that's true. The first Sonic movie was solid.
Detective Pikachu, and even then, Sonic is an outlier. Yeah, Detective Pikachu is also pretty good. What I find interesting about the Detective Pikachu movie is that it adapted the game, but it also went further than the game's plot did. Because the game's plot didn't. He doesn't find his dad yet. It's like presumably that'll happen in Detective Pikachu too. So it's like they kind of pulled a Game of Thrones. They went past the original source material.
Yep. Oh, but they did it so much better, thank God.
Yeah.
I wonder if in Detective Pikachu 2, I mean Return of Detective Pikachu or whatever it's called, that even happens. I don't know.
Don't know.
I'd have to look into it. That's another game where it's like whatever.
Yeah, never played it.
I
was turned off from it when the Pokemon Company first just like, here's a sneak preview at a game that we're working on. And it was just the horrible image of the not fully finished 3D Pikachu's render where he was opening his mouth wide and talking. It was just horrific. It's like, don't like this. And we didn't hear anything about it for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. It's just, for me, it's just another B-list game like Princess Peach Showtime. I don't have time for this, especially with the Switch 2 coming out within a year. But just all that said, I mean, An SSBCU won't happen, not in the current state,
No.
not with different companies making different things. But there may be a reconnaissance, a congealing, if you will, of this thought somewhere down the road. Like Nintendo can always turn heel, say the Zelda movie isn't what they thought it would be. It's not whatever happens, or they just simply decide down the road they want to redo this and turn it into something interconnected. It will never be as robust as the MCU.
No.
But they will interconnect Mario and the sub franchises of Mario. They probably won't go as far as we would want it to. Like, I'd be shocked if we get a Wario movie, which would be amazing. But I mean, he could be the villain in the second Wario movie easy, at least. Yeah,
Like naturally we would love a Nintendo or Smash Brothers cinematic universe, but I think like when Marvel was at its peak, everybody was trying to make a cinematic universe. They tried to make like the old monster movies again with the rebooted Mummy, which flopped, which was dead on arrival. But then so many other companies were rushing to make these cinematic universes, and none of them were taking the time to think things through, plan it out, and they all died within one or two movies. DC was the only other one that was like that lasted, and even then, like everybody knew the problems that the DC universe was having, and we're on the verge of DC getting its reboot with its movies, with James Gunn at the helm, and I hope for his success. I really do. But he has a very hard battle ahead of him, not only from previous failures with DC, but the fans are not going to be kind. They're already not kind. But that first, I think Superman might be the first one that's going to happen. It's going to be judged so hard.
Yeah.
But like cinematic universes, they were very much kind of a flavor of the day. They were the fad for a while because everybody wanted that Marvel movie, that Marvel money, but none of them could do it right, and so the fervor for them kind of fell off. So I absolutely don't think Nintendo would do it. Like I think we might see like little small pockets, like you mentioned, like there'll be like a Mario verse. We could have a Zelda verse. We could have a Fire Emblem verse. I don't know if that would really work either. Xenoblade, however, technically could. Splatoon, you could get a Splatoon verse of films. But I don't think that's going to be like a huge interconnection. But I do think we'll see if this, whatever the second movie is in the Mario realm is successful, if the Zelda movie is successful, I think we'll see Nintendo make a lot more just like of their other franchises disconnected.
Oh, I agree. I expect. I mean, Mario movies will continue to be a success. They, at the very least, they may continue to do things with Illumination even outside of the Mario universe. They may say, "Oh, this turned out so well. Let's do a Kirby movie."
Yeah.
Metroid, I'm a little afraid of Illumination making.
I think it largely will come down to like what animation style should these be. Like if they're not going to be connected, they can go to different companies because Illumination has a style to them. They have a set style to their characters, and I don't think that style would work for Metroid. But I could see it working for Kirby. I could see it working for Earthbound. I don't know about other things. Maybe I think Pikmin. I think they could do Pikmin pretty well with their art style. Metroid, I feel like should have like a harder style. I'm thinking a harder style. What the fuck does that even mean? I don't even. I have a picture in my mind of what the style is I would do for Metroid, but I don't know what I would call it besides just like anime style, but like very stylized hard lines.
It would be like Macross, like an old school sci-fi anime.
I don't know what that is, so I'll have to look with
Neon Genesis Evangelion. Something like that.
Not with that hair. Not with the way that hair is.
No, that's
that is original Fire Emblem.
Yep.
That is original Fire Emblem.
A renovated version of that. I could see the folks who developed the Castlevania anime making a successful
yes something like that, except less
Well,
less
there would be.
whited out on the characters, especially
Mhm.
Alucard's like okay, like Alucard is already pale in the first Castlevania anime. In Nocturne,
Yeah.
dude, you're just white. There's no other color to your skin tone. You're just plain white.
Yeah. Just like in Symphony of the Night, though, I will give them that credit. It's very similar to the artwork from that game.
True, but it's off-putting me trying to watch as a show. But like Zelda, I could have seen something Ghibli styled maybe for Zelda, or
Yeah,
Kirby in a Ghibli style.
that would be cool.
That
That
would
was
work really well.
mhm. Zelda in a Ghibli style. I mean, it's the fan dream. I mean, it kind of perhaps informed Breath of the Wild
Yeah,
and Tears of the Kingdom's art direction.
and not just art style, but I think like those worlds. Because I haven't
Hmm
seen like you've probably seen a. I'm assuming you've seen a lot more Ghibli than I have. I've only seen like six-ish. I want to say maybe seven. But I think it's just like the whole world that those have with like all the little things happening and then just like the design of
hmm
everything. I think Kirby and Zelda's worlds would fit Ghibli's designing style really well. I would not give them something like Star Fox,
hmm
but Earthbound,
Yeah. Oh, Earthbound would be amazing as a Ghibli film.
yeah,
Because they do a lot of slice of life anime films. They could make it a smaller movie until the Gygas shit hits the fan.
hmm and the other thing is like with story, we didn't really cover like what most of these would like. We talked a little about like what might the Smash Avengers maybe plot lines might be with Taboo and Gygas Ridley, but what do they like? What is the Metroid movie? Are we
hmm
adapting one of the games? Or are we making our own thing? Because the Mario movie is its own plot, but it follows the general story of. Well, I guess it doesn't really even follow the general story of Bowser kidnaps Peach because he didn't. He instead was conquering. But it's like with Zelda, do you adapt? What are you making your own story, or are you adapting an existing Zelda game? And which one?
hmm
I can tell you, it's not going to be Breath of the Wild. It's not going to be Phantom Hourglass.
hmm Um, dare to adapt the first game. See what you can make of it.
And in that case, you're basically a sandbox. You have a
Yeah,
world, make a plot in it. That's you're pretty much just making an original movie at that point.
yeah. And if you don't go that route, I mean, A Link to the Past, I think would make a good movie. Wind Waker would be really cool.
Honestly, I think Wind Waker, or honestly, yeah, I might think Wind Waker,
Yeah, I mean, just the
or if
style.
you can,
Oh my
you
god.
know, because like everybody loves Ocarina of Time, but I
hmm
don't think I would not do Ocarina of Time. I would not adapt that into a live action 2.5 hour movie.
hmm
You'd I would not do it. I don't think that one would work too well. It's
hmm
similarly, this is a bit of a different topic, but or a week ago or so, the Square Enix Facebook page put out a post saying, "Hey guys, if we were to do a movie based off of one of our games, what do you think it would be?" And I'm seeing people nominate things like Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 10. I'm just like, you guys are nuts. Absolutely not. Those games are too big for a single 2.5 hour movie. No,
hmm hmm
that's a series or a trilogy.
Yeah.
You want to make a movie? Make Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slide, motherfuckers. That's your movie.
Yeah, make that. Do it.
You can make a good hour and a half long movie about that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying it'd work. It'd be nice and
Good.
simple.
Yeah,
It could
that's
give it to
true.
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, there you go. You can make the first story of one of the Octopath characters.
Jeez. Bravely
Octopath
Default.
Premier.
Honestly, Bravely Default would make a real good. Again, probably a series, but just cut out those 3 or 4 repeats.
hmm
Cut that shit out, and you got a good movie. Cut that shit out, and you would have had a good game.
They can make a Chocobo's Dungeon movie.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Crystal
Chrono Trigger.
Chronicles. Crystal Chronicles.
Oh. There you go.
That's what you do. That's the Final Fantasy movie you make. Crystal fucking Chronicles, the original.
I would enjoy this.
Because it's
Yes,
very
I
loose
will.
on the plot. You have
Yeah.
a hero, you have a journey, a pilgrimage, and then
Hmm.
it turns out there's a villain at the end. Easy.
Done. Hmm.
Done.
Bust a Move Universe. They own
Bubble
Tiny
Bobble movie.
Square Enix publishes Bubble Bobble. Yeah, do it. Done. I
Also,
mean, I would.
Arms still never got brought up.
Okay. To be fair to Arms, the characters look great. They're some of the freshest designs Nintendo's ever come up with. Do something with that. Make it fun. Involve Punch Out somehow. Make it
Punch Out versus
Punch.
Arms.
Yeah, Punch Out versus Arms, or like the world of Punch Out over 1,000 years pass and Arms happens.
Little Mac, Wii Fit Trainer, and Min Min Thruple.
Oh God, it's like Rex all over again.
Oh God. Oh
Uh,
God.
little Mac, and not
Also,
so
I didn't
little
mention it, but it's
anymore.
actually both Wii Fit Trainers.
There you go. No, it has to be.
Yeah.
It has to
So,
be. And Drago, little Mac. What a guy.
but I think that's one of the hard problems. Like with Star Fox, I think that you absolutely do the Lilat Wars,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think Star Fox's plot would be too big for a movie. I think that could certainly be done,
It'd be
but
well paced.
it's a question
Mm-hmm.
with Zelda. Like, what do you adapt for Kirby? What do you Earthbound? I think is fine. Some things would be condensed. Uh, God, I'm not really sure how or what exactly. Um, maybe Dalam is gone, or maybe Threed is gone. They just like condense that somewhere. What the fuck even happens in Foresight? I don't remember. I played the game. I don't remember Foresight at all.
He's a UFO apparently.
Get rid of it.
Bubble
Don't eat
monkey.
Foresight.
There you go.
The only things you need is you need Onet, and you need Onet.
Yeah.
You need Onet, and you need I don't even remember where the game ends.
Saturn Valley. There you go.
No, it doesn't.
No. You just want Saturn Valley there.
Oh well, yeah. Saturn Battle will be fun, but like I think that one can be easily done. Splatoon will be such a fun watch, but I feel like that one would just work better narratively as a show, because going across between the sports and the Octarians, it's like I think that's a better TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Animal Crossing, that's a slice of life movie,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be nice.
and then somehow they get involved in the overarching Smash plot. I don't know how that would work, unless it's like, hey, a wizard appeared in a portal and said, "Come with me," and so I brought my axe. What are we doing? Hit him.
Yep.
It's like, you want me to hit a person? Yeah, you're a hero, right? I'm a mayor of a small town, but I'm also a psychopath. So let's do this.
Nice. Played by Michael Cera.
Honestly, I was thinking of Michael Cera earlier, just like, who do you make Michael Cera play? And I was actually Porky was who I had in my brain.
Oh my god. Terrifying, but I could see it.
Honestly, though, considering how socially awkward Porky is,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm just saying it could work.
Yeah.
Michael Cera as Porky Minch is my pitch. Don't tell Turbo. Actually, please tell TurboTax. I need to know what his thought is on that. He's gonna kill me, but I need to know.
What if TurboTaxer himself played Porky?
Wouldn't TurboTaxer play Ness?
I don't know. Lucas. No, this is the first Earthbound.
Yeah, we're skipping
Right.
Earthbound Beginnings, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I assume that's what would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we were to get a
Earthbound
movie
Beginnings.
from the Mother series, it would just be Earthbound. It's not going to be Earthbound Beginnings or Mother 3.
Yeah. Yeah, Turbo could play Dungeon Man.
Honestly, yeah. I mean,
There you
yeah.
I feel like
or Dungeon Man is Jack Black. Jack Black gets something. Jack Black gets multiple roles.
He gets something in every single movie.
Yeah, like Charles Martinet.
There you go.
Who does Jack Black play in Zelda? And you can't say Tingle.
Beetle.
Okay.
The Postman.
I had to take a minute to think about. Wait, who? Jim Carrey, by the way, is Tingle.
There. Jack Black as Uku.
No. Jack Black as Groose.
There you go. Okay.
There's the winner.
You would finally like that character if that were the case.
I hate that character. Like, just his design and his personality are both shit. I'll say it. Groose is a terrible character. Fight me.
Is he the worst character in Skyward Sword?
Yes.
Even more than you know what my favorite character in Skyward Sword is? It's the
Beetle?
Yes, but also the demon that you meet that likes pumpkins.
I don't know who that is.
Me either. I had to look up his name.
Okay.
Batro.
I don't know who that is.
Wants to be human. And he's a bat. He lives in the graveyard at Skyloft.
Sure.
Yeah. Bring him gratitude crystals. And he'll then become human.
No.
Wow. Incredible.
Who do you cast as Wario and Waluigi?
Jack Black.
Okay, but not Jack Black. Jack Black is Bowser in the Mario verse already.
Okay. Charles Martinet.
I can't pick Charles either.
Then it seems we're in a bit of a predicament here.
Not really.
No? Oh, Danny DeVito.
There you go.
That's Wario.
There, obviously. It's not
And
going to be Waluigi.
Waluigi has to be Danny DeVito energy, but a tall, lanky guy. Who would that be?
Jim Carrey.
Like, okay, there you go.
I don't know. Nobody else is coming to mind of who would have Waluigi energy. I'm sure. I know there are others, but that's who comes to mind for me.
Willem Dafoe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Granted, I only know him from Spider-Man, and I know that's probably sacrilegious, but that's.
I'm something of a bus driver myself.
Or a vampire.
Or a vampire,
or a tennis player, or a soccer player, or a golf star.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who plays Samus in Ridley?
Ridley can be Mark Hamill.
Yeah. Mark Hamill also could be Waluigi.
He could be.
Shit. I mean, I could be Waluigi.
He could be. Almost like Waluigi himself is around. He was on this podcast.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Go back and watch it. Brie Larson could be Samus. She's already VA and Scott Pilgrim does a good job.
Yeah. Back around when she was announced to be Captain Marvel, there was talk about her. I think she might have started like there was talk about her being Samus. I think it might have been her saying like she would love to play Samus. I don't know about it.
Yeah, yeah. She is a huge Nintendo fan. That's right. She did a lot of Animal Crossing ads and shit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And talks about it still, like all the time.
It's like I personally did not I did not dislike either Captain Marvel movie. I enjoyed both.
Me too.
I have no problem with her in the character's role. And I don't have anybody else in mind that I can think of to be Samus voice or live action wise.
Hmm.
If I was looking at a list of like, here's a bunch of actors, like, oh, maybe this person, but I don't really
Yeah.
have that kind of brain for thinking about like, oh yeah, this actor exists.
Right. Nicolas Cage.
As Samus?
Yeah.
Okay, but wait, who would actually Nicolas Cage be good as though? Oh man,
In Hero.
oh, what?
Hades.
No, no, no. I would not. I would not have him be Kid Icarus Hades. No, I, I,
um,
Nick Cage has like a certain way that he is, and
mhm.
I don't think that works with how the Hades that we see in Kid Icarus Uprising.
Lord Frederick.
No,
I don't know. Uncle Rupee,
I mean
who will clearly make it in these films.
Adam,
Adam. Oh,
Adam Malkovich.
oh my God. There you go.
I mean, with the lack of anything else,
Yep. Adam in a mech. And Anthony Higgs will be there as well.
maybe he'll just be a random guy in Punch Out.
Yep. Anthony Higgs?
No,
Oh, no, Nick Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Oh, here's something I wanted to ask. Pikmin. What's the Pikmin plot? Do you
Oh,
just do Pikmin 1, or are we going Pikmin 2 with Louis, or do you do Pikmin 1 but also have Louis? Because something I was thinking is like, okay, so Pikmin, if you do it with just Olimar, we have a solo person movie, character exploring this world, but then Metroid can do that same exact thing. Because Samus is always solo, unless you have Adam or somebody else just like added in as like a secondary character that she speaks to. So what do you do with Pikmin?
True. You can start it off from where Olimar's already done his adventure and is this older character like in 3 and 4 and have it kind of mimic Ant-Man in that regard with Hank Pym being Olimar. Or
Hmm.
or I might go Olimar and Louis. I think that's the sauce there, and then you can have Louis go off on his own adventure and become the Monster King eventually.
So I like the idea of kind of mixing 1 and 2 together for Pikmin. Like it's the borderline the plot of Pikmin 1, but Olimar and Louis is there from the beginning, but then it ends with Louis being left behind, or maybe he's believed to be dead or something. And then you do Pikmin 2, and Olimar is sent back for the treasures, and then Louis, you're alive?
Yeah.
And
The trick here,
Louis has gone native.
the
Or
trick
something.
here is that they're both played by Nick Cage.
No, it's Chris Pratt and Charlie Day again, because Olimar, Mario.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, obviously.
That's true.
It's alternate universe.
Then the Plasm Wraith can be played by both actors at the same time and have dual voices.
Yes.
There you go. Terrifying.
Yes.
Yeah. Who will the Hakatate president be played by?
Jack Black.
Oh, I thought he was going to be Brittany.
No. Brittany is Scarlett Johansson.
There's Jack Black as Ochi.
No, Ochi is going to be Denzel Washington.
Oh my. That would be great. Woof.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Morgan Freeman. Where is he? He needs to be somewhere in this project.
It can be
Is
Glass
he
Joe.
Taboo?
Could be. Has a voice for it. Maybe.
Is James
Have
Earl
the
Jones
guy.
alive?
What was that?
Is James Earl Jones alive or has he died?
He's around.
That's Taboo.
There you go.
James
Shit,
Earl Jones is Taboo.
he'll be like 100 years old by the time that happens. He's 93 already.
I don't care.
Yep.
I don't care.
There you go. Dan Green, the voice of
Yes!
Yami Yugi. There you go.
And Mewtwo. Just
And Mewtwo.
put
There
that
you
out
go.
there. Oh,
you go.
God, yeah, that man. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Done.
God, there's so much. They
Yeah.
really could do. We've gone long here today, but there was a lot that we could have talked about.
Yeah.
That I really want these movies to be a success because Nintendo can do so much,
They really can.
and like if they can make this Zelda movie be good, and as you said, if it is good, it will be because of Nintendo oversight and them not letting Sony fuck around.
Mm-hmm.
If it can be good, they can do any of these other ones as movies or as shows, and I think I would trust each and every one of the projects.
Me too. Me too.
I want all of this. I want it to be good. It's not gonna culminate in a Smash Brothers anything. That will not happen. But they can do so much with these.
Watch us eat our words in 5 years.
Oh, it would be so much farther away than 5
Wouldn't
years.
wouldn't that be something? Yeah. They'll have but there'll be signs. They'll have the Taboo solo film come out first.
Actually, I just said it'd be more than 5 years. From Iron Man to Avengers was 2008 to 2012. Holy shit, man.
Yep.
God, that's so much not time considering Phase 4 has been 2021. Well, I guess we're in Phase 5 now. We have not had a new Avengers movie, and we don't know if we will get another one again because of shit happening with Kang.
Yeah, there's rumors about where that's going, but we can talk about that off cam.
Yeah, he's gonna be replaced by Mallow.
Okay. There you go. There you go. Perfectly imposing.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Phase 4 and 5 have been sloppy, as we all know, but hopefully they pick it back up.
Yeah.
They're starting to. The last few movies have been pretty good, at least by my eye. The Marvels were a critical, failure, but I liked it. I was like, what's the issue? Mm-hmm.
The issue is people don't like women.
I was gonna say when we were talking about Brie Larson, it's like, yeah, the incels don't like her. There you go. There you go. Because she speaks up for women's rights as a woman. And I'm like, whoa.
Yep.
It's like, my fucking God. It somehow still boggles the mind that people like that still exist.
Yeah. Like, did it have issues? Yeah. Did Ant-Man have issues? Yeah. Did Thor: Love and Thunder have issues? Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
But people are dooming and glooming everything. Like, how many years have we had to listen to people doom and gloom Nintendo and be like, "Oh, they're gonna go like Sega did." It's like, bitch, no, they're not.
Yeah. I mean, quick
was
review.
the Wii U bad?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah, I mean, Black Widow was fine. Shang-Chi was good.
But Black Widow was a Phase 1 movie that somehow released in Phase 4.
That was the issue, yeah. Shang-Chi was more than good. It was very good, in my opinion. Third act was kind of whatever, but Eternals was fine. It was overlong. but it was better than I thought. A lot of people said it. A lot of people thought it was boring, whatever. I thought it was fine.
Eternals was too artsy.
Mm-hmm. Well, the issue is it was trying to be an art film when it wasn't.
Yeah, and its villain at the end was worthless.
Yep.
It was essentially a nameless threat plus Icarus.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, they made Icarus be a bad guy.
Mm-hmm. No Way Home, absolutely fucking amazing.
Fucking amazing.
Multiverse of Madness, it's good. It's good. It wasn't what people wanted it to be, but it was good.
Yeah.
Love and Thunder sucked. Oh well.
They let Taika have too much freedom.
Mm-hmm. Wakanda Forever, great movie.
Yes.
Better than I thought it was going to be. Really, 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 really strong.
I was very worried about that one, considering they had to change everything after Chadwick's death.
Mm-hmm. But it turned out great. Ant-Man, fine. It's better than people. I mean, like, was it kind of all over the place? Sure, but it wasn't a failure.
I think it has. I think what they did with MODOK was not a great decision. But like there's talk about how the ending changed, but I actually agree with the ending changing if what we've read is correct. Because original ending, it sounds like would have been, oh, he gets stuck in the quantum realm again. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, so we're ending Ant-Man 3 the same way we ended Ant-Man 2. That would have been bad, guys. Come on, think about it. Think about that.
Yeah.
No. Like, should Kang have been a bigger threat? Yes. But the solution isn't leave Scott trapped again. The solution, if you want to make him be a threat in any way, it probably would have been to kill Hank. Honestly,
I was surprised they didn't.
Yeah,
I was surprised they didn't. Guardians 3, incredible. Like as near perfect a Marvel movie can be, in my opinion. The Marvels was good. I did not have an issue with the Marvels, just besides it being too quick.
Yeah.
If they added a few more scenes to develop the villain, I would have been fine with that. As it is, it's fine. It was like a good 6 out of 10 movie. You don't need to have a home run. If you make a hit to first base, that's fine.
Yeah.
Every so often. It advanced the multiverse plot, which is like a fucking miracle in these phases, which is funny for the multiverse saga. So credit to it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised more people don't talk about that post-credit scene, too. Kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 10 movies in the last 4 years, at least 5 of them were critically acclaimed without controversy. So it's a little overmuch to be, oh, Marvel's dying, oh my god. It's whiplash. You're like, Black Widow was whatever, Shang-Chi was amazing, Eternals was whatever, Spider-Man was amazing. It's like, okay.
Yeah. It's like you'll see the post saying, Marvel's dead. Marvel's back. Marvel's dead. Marvel's dead. It's like, and what kills me is they'll even like include Deadpool and Wolverine on there. It's like, it's not out yet.
Yeah. When Deadpool and Wolverine are back, these people are going to have their asses kicked. It's going to be over. We're going to be out of this phase, finally, of people whining.
No, we won't.
No. Deadpool and Wolverine will be incredibly...
People will bitch and moan no matter what. Like, will that movie... Like, will they love that movie? Probably, but they will not stop saying Marvel is doomed. Especially from some of the things I've heard about, like Thunderbolts was absolutely going to... From what we've heard about Thunderbolts, that was going to get hit so much with doom and gloom.
Mm-hmm. They are going to hit Captain America with something more, and two, and even if that's a good movie, so much of it is wham. We've moved on from Chris Evans' Cap. It's happened. It happens in the comics too. What are you going to do?
Plus, I mean, comics are a completely different medium with the storytelling. They can do all this bullshit. They've been doing it since the goddamn 60s.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get away with that in the movies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Plus, I think that the loudest... I mean, people still speak with their money. Deadpool and Wolverine will make a killing, so it doesn't matter what the vocal minority on the internet says, but it is tiring.
Yeah.
The vocal minority on the internet will also trash Captain America Brave New World, not just for Sam not being Steve Rogers, but for being black,
Yeah.
as has been evidenced.
And with the new Falcon being a Hispanic man.
Yeah. It's like, dude, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care. And there are elements to that story that only make sense if he were a black dude. It just is. It's storytelling.
Just imagine we get to X-Men and they do Magneto properly again, and we show him at the concentration camps,
Mm-hmm.
like what they did with the first X-Men movie, which was a very powerful intro for him. God damn,
Yeah.
that was good.
And it's
But
funny that
with everybody now, like people being sensitive about all that shit, it's like, oh no, you talk shit about Nazis. You're why are you politically witch hunting me? It's like, are you a Nazi? Because if you're not, then you should be talking shit on them too.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're not, bit of a red flag.
Yeah.
Or
The world is not so much black or white, but that group of people
That
is
is.
on the extreme. Exactly. They're on the opposite end of interpreting the gray. They're talking about shit that should be universally irreproachable. And they're like, oh well, what about that? We were involved with people like that not that long ago and said goodbye.
Yep. Like we don't tend to we try not to go very political with things on this show. But fuck Nazis.
Yeah. And interpret that any way that you want to within the modern.
No, don't interpret that any way you want to. There's one way to interpret that.
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. I just meant modern Nazis. Also, fuck them.
Oh, yes. I thought you meant the other word
No.
we were other interpreting.
It's that they're kind of they clamshell into there's multiple groups under one umbrella.
Yeah.
Yep.
Umbrella Corporation.
No, they're great.
Well, I would not call Umbrella Corporation great. Maybe they are now because in Resident Evil 8, Chris is working with them. Why I don't understand.
Yeah.
Understand.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll get answers eventually in the cheesiest B movie fashion. Those are video game movies that should have turned out well, but then they just kind of didn't because they went a totally different direction.
I mean, I thought the movies were actually did okay. I never watched them, but I thought like maybe it was just like the later ones when they started doing their own thing. I think that's when they were doing well. But what was it? The Amazon show failed on arrival.
Unfortunate. One of Lance Reddick's final roles, and he was fine. He was good. He was good as Wesker, but the show itself sucked.
Yeah.
What an incredible actor. I wish he were still around. He did a great job as Zeus and Percy Jackson as well.
I thought that's who that was. I finally got to watch that. I was like, because after I watched it, I was like, all right, I wonder what people are saying about this show. Oh, you all say it sucked. Fuck. Granted, I haven't read. It's been a long time since I've read the books, and from what I remembered, it did really well.
That's what I thought.
They were disagreeing. It's like, okay.
That's what I thought too. People whine. The internet
also, I really liked the new Annabelle.
Yeah.
I thought like she had a real good attitude for it.
Oh, there's a primary example of what we're talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Right here. People.
Yeah.
Yeah, the internet's not a great place in some regards.
Nope.
Luckily, I think we have a pretty good track record of not having any trolls or Nazis watch our show.
Well, we don't get any comments, so we don't actually know that.
Yeah, well, I know Eric's mom isn't one.
Hey, if you're a Nazi, stop watching our show.
Yeah, fuck you.
Go fuck yourself. And not the fun way.
Yeah, what he said. Oh man, that was a robust discussion.
Woo!
we've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Mostly even on topic, and then we tangented towards the end, but I liked it.
Hey, I mean, normally we tangent in the middle many times over, so you know.
That's
But
true.
this was a
Over the
huge
same
topic.
subject. Yeah.
Where like there's so many franchises that we could get movies of, and some of the franchises can get several movies. Some I don't know how you do multiple movies for.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I honestly like we have 4 great Pikmin games. I don't know if I could do 4 Pikmin movies. I don't know about that one. I
It's
think
one of those. I think you're lucky with one.
yeah, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Uh and yet F-Zero I think could get away with more than one if they approach it right. Like
Who's not?
have Captain Falcon form a team of people. I don't know who else. Like, Kate Allen is for some reason her name comes to mind as somebody to make be a main character. Uh, and then have Dr. Stewart and Jodie Summer because they're from the first game. Pico and Summerall because again first game bias.
Mm-hmm.
Actually no, was he first game?
Yes.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Because his ship is
Yeah.
in F-Zero 99.
Mm-hmm. Make the initial team be Falcon, Doc Stewart, Jodie Summer, and Pico. The original 4.
I don't know if I would. I don't think I'd have Pico on their team.
Oh yeah,
Because considering he's a
great.
former assassin and mercenary, it's like, I don't think
That's
he'd get
he would-
along with that. I mean, well, by
yeah,
that token, he could be like the character that's like the foil to Captain Falcon on the team.
he could be the crosshair of the Bad Batch to Captain Falcon.
Well, are
Bad
we talking about Bad Batch in the Clone Wars cartoon or Bad Batch in the Bad Batch cartoon?
Batch and the Bad Batch cartoon.
Okay, well then he would not be part of the team.
Yeah. Well,
Not his fault, really. I haven't seen season 3 yet. I've only seen the first 2. I'll watch season 3 when it finishes uploading. Is it finished uploading? I don't know.
no, not until the first week of May or the second week of May.
Balls.
Quite a while. I'm probably gonna watch it after this, but yeah, it is an experience watching live.
I don't do things wait. I don't do this waiting week to week bullshit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Binge or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got time for that shit.
Yeah, and that was there. We go.
Yeah.
Cheerio. This is a subject you can go on forever, but I think we've kind of gotten to that point.
Yeah. Make the Mii fighters be a bunch of extras. They're not characters, they're just extras and they're Tabu's army.
You could put Baby Eric in there.
It's just a bunch of guys in these uniforms and either carry a sword, gloves, or an arm cannon.
Yep.
That's it.
Have Elijah Wood and
An iced tea.
Lincoln and Ice-T be in there. They could be the main me sword fighter, me gunner, and me brawler.
Might be difficult to get Abraham Lincoln. Might be difficult.
He's fallen into the public domain.
I mean, he did fight vampires.
Yep, he did. Have Daniel Day-Lewis play him like he did in the Abraham Lincoln movie from several years ago. There you go.
Who
have the
plays
guy
Ganondorf?
who fan casting has said Idris Elba in the past,
Oh yeah,
which would be incredible. I mean, he's such a high stature, but then again, he is Knuckles. So why not? Yeah.
Who cares?
True. Yeah. People have also said Carrie Payton, who's also the Penguin King.
Oh right, he is. I never watched much of Walking Dead, so I never saw him in that. I think Penguin King and also Critical Role are the only actual things I've seen Carrie Payton in.
Give Carrie, yeah. I mean, he was great in The Walking Dead. Give him. That's where I thought, like, oh, give him similar hairstyle playing Ganondorf.
I mean, yeah.
Like in Hyrule Warriors.
Also Twilight Princess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you can see it now. Carrie Payton walking around in the Smash Brothers movie with a glowing hole in his chest right here.
Fuck. No. But who is Big Man?
The guy who plays Kronk again.
Fair enough.
Patrick Warburton. Jack Black.
I was gonna say Michael Cera.
Okay. There you go. There you go. That would be great.
Is Jim Cummings still alive?
Yes.
That's another one we gotta have somewhere.
And I only know that he is like he's revitalized his celebrity on Instagram and TikTok, pretending to be Winnie the Pooh.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And Tigger, of course. So there you go.
Big Man.
Yes, he could. He sure could. He could be Captain Cuttlefish as well.
Yeah? Or Christopher Lloyd.
Who would play Krusty Sean?
Lil Jon.
There's a name I never expected you to say or no. That's funny.
Am I wrong?
No.
Okay.
No, that's great. Sheldon can be voiced by the Minions.
Oh no, I could be Sheldon.
Do it.
Actually, no, wait, no. Serious. I have a SpongeBob. That voice actor, that's Sheldon.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I can't think of his name, but he's also in the Spyro games. Tom Kenny.
Yep.
That's Sheldon. Easily.
Who does he play in Spyro? Spyro? Amazing.
I think.
Never knew that.
Also in the original Spyro 2, the voice that he gave to the Electrolls is literally SpongeBob's voice before SpongeBob existed. Yeah, so SpongeBob's voice was actually in Spyro first.
That's great. He is best known as... Yeah, he was Spyro for a while. Not in the remakes, I guess, but originally.
Yeah, in the originals, yeah. And in the remakes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I don't know why it came up.
He was replaced. He was replaced in like some of the in between games.
And Skylanders. No one cares about Skylanders.
Well, and a Hero's Tale.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But he voiced him in Spyro 2 and 3 after replacing the voice actor for Spyro 1. But then he's back in Reignited Trilogy for all three.
Nice.
But yeah, that's your Sheldon easily. There's no doubt there.
He even looks like him.
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
All right. Well, we've gone on. We're getting close to the 3-hour mark here. So, do you have anything else you want to cover here with these, with any of these Nintendo movies and what we could do?
Henry Cavill can voice Mwamba.
Sure.
They're similar. They've only played heroes.
I don't know enough about Henry Cavill's filmography to refute that. So sure, whatever.
That's all I've got.
Okay. Well, in that case, moral of the story is Nintendo, please make good movies and make more good movies after that. I'm begging you. But next time on Supercast Brothers, it's Smashtopia. And you know what we do on Smashtopia? We make character move sets, except that one time every season where we don't. And that's next episode. For previous seasons, we've made stages, we've made assist trophies, we've made Pokemon, we've made items. This time around, we're just gonna make a fuck ton of spirit battles. Because why not?
It'll be fun.
What else are we gonna do? Bosses? Please.
Oh, that would be horrible.
That would be more difficult.
Yeah. Just wait until we finally, whenever we get to our final season, we'll do an episode with 20 characters per person.
I quit.
Yeah, it'd be the final season. So.
No, I quit before that episode. Good luck. You don't have to do 40. You have to do my share too.
We'll bring in Flame Zone. There you go.
You want Flame Zone to make 20 characters?
10 of them could be from Naruto. It'd be fine. I'll make Devdin and Danvid.
Jesus Christ.
I already put him on the wiki as an assist.
All right. We're done. This episode's over. I'm going to go play Persona 3. Bye, guys.
Really?